and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Futures Week on 96.5 The Fan starts Monday, August 31st with season-long NFL predictions from every show. Yes, CDOT has promised to pick the Chargers to win the AFC West. Yes, Bob thinks the Chiefs will go 17-0. Yes, Drew will have the Bengals going to the Super Bowl. Yes, that prediction is stupid. Futures Week on 96.5 The Fan starts August 31st, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and EM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you...
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
All right, roll around on a new week. It is a Monday. Stays darker longer and gets darker earlier. You can feel it. You can feel it starting to hit you. It's the summer coming to an end. The Missouri side joins the Kansas side this week and getting back to school. So I'm sure there's a lot of parents out there that are thrilled that this week is finally reached. More excited for football to start or more excited for school to start?
You know the answer
That's
to that.
tough. After,
You asking the parents or you asking the students that question, you know?
the parents specifically.
Yeah, we're more excited for the start of school than the start of football season.
You better believe it.
And congratulations to the Missouri folks for getting back out at, this week. You will find out that life is a lot better now that they are back in school, and they're doing their thing and they're in routine. You know, the kids need routine just as much as everybody else does, and so get them back into school, get them doing their thing, free up your day a little bit, and I hope Missouri has the same thing as Kansas has, where no cell phones are allowed in school, and you go the entire day without hearing from the kids asking you to bring them food or getting them out early. So congratulations, Missouri. You're going back today.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Whenever you have those sort of conversations, like, you've gotten older with your friends as kids and you're like, so you ready to get back to school? Yeah, I guess. Are you ready to go to bed again at 8 o'clock? No. I'm like, well, you will. It'll take one day for you to realize, like, oh, man, I should have gotten to bed earlier.
Mm-hmm. I see, like, these memes all the time of, like, when I was a kid, my whole life goal was to get out of bed before, get out of going to bed at, like, 8 or 9 o'clock. And now my whole goal as an adult is to get into bed before 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And it's like,
so true.
It's amazing how the juxtaposition happens when you're a kid. And, I remember my mother worked with a teacher. He used to always 9 o'clock every night would go to bed. I'm like, man, they're going to bed so damn early. What, 9 o'clock is so early? If I see 9 o'clock now, I'm like, what in the hell is going on this late at night? My God.
I don't remember what my bedtime was. I think it was 8:30 I had to be in bed. Before I was in, like, middle school, like elementary school, I think it was always 8:30. And that was like the horrible, that was the horrible thing about having a sister that was 3 years older than me. The rules didn't apply for her,
right?
Like they did to me. So, like, whenever I was a smart ass, I'd be like, well, Summer gets to go to bed at 9:30. Well, Summer's 3 years older than you. When you're Summer's age, you can go to bed at 9:30. And there was no,
Okay, there's
Discuss
no
it.
argument
It's over.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but you
can't-
have to make sure in the mind of a child you remember 3 years from now that your bedtime did get changed to when it is. Because sometimes the parents will try to pull the wool over the eyes of people and say, "Oh no, that wasn't 3 years. You just made that up or whatever it is." You lie to your children, and then they become teenagers, and you can't do that anymore. So
that's out the window.
Yeah, that's gone for us.
Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope it was a fun weekend. We'll get into some brioches of the weekend a little bit later on. Talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, what we saw. Mac is going to audition for right tackle.
Okay.
At some point. I think he's given up route running and ready to start.
Yeah, I'll put it back on.
I'd rather have him as a slot receiver. I got to be honest with you. Than the right. I think
I don't
he'd
know
get killed.
What would change from what we've seen so far?
Played lineman until freshman year or sophomore year of high school.
What?
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Center and guard.
Why?
Because I was big as a kid,
You
and
were.
then I
like,
was
were
just
you fat, big bone, like Hartman type style?
Yeah, I
or-
was just like probably this height by 6th grade or whatever, and I was 100 pounds in 4th grade, and so it was just like that's what it was, and they never changed me because I was solid, even though by 8th grade I was small.
Yeah, you were small compared to everybody else.
But
at
you
that
also
time,
know in
yeah.
8th grade at that age, if you've got decent hands, quick, like it doesn't really matter as long as you're good fundamentals. So by sophomore year, when I moved to Tennessee, they were like, "What the hell are we doing? You got to get out." Thank God.
Yeah, from the
Thank
offensive
God,
line.
yes.
I mean, that you as an offensive lineman is ridiculous.
It's
That's like saying I played
insane.
wide receiver.
No, it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
It's like saying you were a 3-hitter in the lineup that hit 40 home runs a year. Like, that didn't happen.
I mean, it's like it's saying I could get a hit off of Mariano Rivera or something like that.
Very
Yeah,
solid.
very solid pull, right? Yeah, I could
Except Mac
absolutely
actually
do that, right?
did it.
Yeah.
Mac literally played right tackle is
So
the
dumb.
highlight of the week so far. Good luck topping that.
I mean, it's so funny because when you start, what year did you first play football? What was your first grade level of playing?
fourth
for
grade.
you. Okay,
Yep.
what about for you? Do you remember the first year you played football?
I can't remember yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, probably 3rd grade.
Third, okay.
Yeah, it was 3rd grade.
You guys started a lot earlier than I did. I didn't start till 6th grade. That was
Welcome
the
to
rule.
Midwest, Bobby.
We weren't
Probably
allowed
good
to
call.
start till 6th grade. Soccer until 6th grade. I was so like, I want to play football. Want to play football. Want to play football.
Soccer was 6th grade?
Up until 6th
Damn,
grade.
you're in
yeah.
diapers playing out here.
Yeah, no, exactly,
You
right?
know.
Yeah, But then football, you made the transition in 6th grade and middle school. My parents thought I was old enough at that time now to go out there because my brain was developed, I guess. But nobody knew about that kind of stuff back then. And so I really do to this day believe, and I don't know if this is the truth, but I'm pretty sure it was the truth. We had like 2 guys doing community service that were our youth coaches. I swear to God.
Well,
They
it
were-
was that way with referees and youth football in Blue Springs.
I'm sure, yeah. Like you've got to find something. But I swear, because these guys, it was like they didn't have kids on the team, but they were coaching youth football. And I'm like, you look back on it now.
Hanging
and
darts?
No, they
darn
weren't.
it.
No, you look back now and you're like, what happened? And I think somebody had said along the years, oh yeah, they were doing community service for drinking and driving, or maybe that was a scared straight for us. I don't know, but somehow, some way, our parents made up a lot of stories back in the day. I mean, like just things that were lies that they made up. So I remember playing football. I wanted to play tight end. I wanted to play running back, lineman. like that was the worst thing ever.
It was the
to get
worst.
put, and pigeonholed into that position because it sucked. You didn't get to carry the football or anything like that. And I remember they let me carry the extra point one time, and I thought that was cool. But yeah, once you get pigeonholed, so you're lucky you moved to Tennessee to get out of being an offensive lineman because you could have died.
Yeah, it was getting to that place.
Pitch to Bobby. I'm Bobby.
Yeah. You could have died out there,
Yeah,
Mac,
thank
in an
God. Yeah,
offensive
it
line.
was
I mean,
bad.
my goodness.
You still got the hand placement?
You know I got that.
Yeah.
He's so ready. It's good because I don't think, however bad you'd play, I don't think anybody would boo you because you're a good person. And if you ever did something bad, by gosh, you would apologize. about it.
Apologize.
You would go out there and say, you know what? I am a creep. I mess with those masseuse parlor people, and I feel bad about that, and I apologize for that. But you know who didn't do that? Deshaun Watson. You know who sucks as a human being? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You know who nobody has sympathy for in their life? Deshaun Watson. And you know who should be ran out of town? This guy.
Yeah, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that.
You
so
think?
I think it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that, and yeah, just move on.
But don't you think, Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles, and that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Does any of that make you regret coming here?
No, I don't regret anything in my life.
$260 million.
I think the Lord put me through situations for a reason. So
it's one of the worst people I've ever heard speak
at all. But I had different thoughts on how it was going to be. But it is what it is. Sometimes the tables turn, and I'm patient enough because I'm a child of God to wait for that time to change. So I'm not tripping on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got the self-awareness of O.J. Simpson.
It's just, when they start playing the world's smallest violin.
Oh, yeah.
That's the example.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is
Smaller,
like into a perfect microcosm of what the world's smallest violin sounds like. That's it.
Yeah.
I do hope that he has found God and gotten better in life, and I hope that is something that he truly has. But I have a hard time believing that.
So many people use that as a crutch and as an excuse. And I found God. Did you? Did you really?
I really truly believe, and it's not my job to know how faithful he is. That's between him and the Lord. But I look at Fernando Mendoza and I'm like, that guy definitely has a fear of God. Like that guy definitely has a true faith.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Tim Tebow. I'm like, that guy has.
Right.
I look at Deshaun Watson. I'm like, you've really never done anything that lets me believe that you believe. And to hear him sit there and be like, I tore my Achilles, that same fan base booed. Yeah, dude, you never apologized for your actions.
Or even admitted to doing it.
You never owned it. And there were allegedly 27 cases of harassment. I will give you the benefit of the doubt if there are 3. Because I'll be like, all right, let's have a conversation here. Did this happen? I don't know. 27 cases against you? At what point are we like, you know what? You get to 12, probably did it. But never really came out and said, hey, for those people and those lives that I affected or for the stuff that I did, maybe your perception would be different. You're also egotistical because I don't think they're just booing you. I think they're also booing ownership for paying you a ton of money.
They're booing the whole situation.
You get paid $900,000 per snap or $197,000, whatever it is, per snap. You got a fully guaranteed contract. They're booing you. They're booing the organization. Mm-hmm. That's the way it goes. You're a creep, dude.
They're booing him because he sucks more, in my opinion. I'm really glad the reporter asked that question because it would make a difference if he played better. Remember when he got there, all the Watson jerseys that were the Browns fans were pumped.
Yeah.
So for the Browns fans to now play we're doing the moral thing, no, you're booing him because he sucks because of this, but it's mainly because if he was playing great, Browns fans would love him.
And that's the way sports is, you know?
The way it is.
And have you seen his stat line in preseason? It's not boo-worthy like that.
No.
So,
but the eye test,
but they also,
as you have
correct.
said, the eye test is terrible.
Ass.
He's terrible, but they're probably going to name him the starting quarterback today. And if they do that in Cleveland today,
Todd Monken did say he's announcing that today.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a bad decision to do. I mean, you can't have a guy out there as your starting quarterback that is adversarial with the fans because you know what that's going to do? It's going to create an environment at your home games that isn't palpable for the other 52 players that are on that team. And so that's what you have to think about too. You have to think of organization above oneself. And let's ask ourselves the honest question. Deshaun Watson's a free agent at the end of the season. If you're Cleveland, you're not bringing him back regardless of what happens, right? You're moving on from Deshaun Watson. Shedeur Sanders has a better opportunity to be here next year than Deshaun Watson does. Not saying that he's going to be
Watson
or anything like that.
To let you know how bad of a human being Deshaun Watson is, everyone can't stand Shedeur Sanders. He is an angel compared to
Deshaun Watson.
That's the reality.
I mean, and that's the reality of. I mean, this is a Cleveland situation that they put themselves in, also too. I mean, this is one of those situations. I don't feel bad for the organization. Never will. I think they're shady people up there in Cleveland anyway. But I do feel bad for the fans because you're like, all right, what do we do? We've been wanting a quarterback here for 30 years, and now we've got this guy who. I mean, if you do something wrong and you come out and own it and apologize right away and say, yeah, I effed that up and all that kind of stuff, and you show humility, people will eventually forgive you, and people do move on. It happens all the time in life. But Deshaun Watson never admitted to anything, acts like nothing's going on, like he didn't do anything wrong in this situation. He's one of the creepiest creeps that have ever creeped. I mean, you look at this guy and you're like, this guy is just a pig. And so I don't know how, as a Cleveland fan, you can sit there and truly root for the guy, and they don't want to. If I'm the Browns, I make him the backup quarterback. I deactivate him for every single game. You can't have a guy leading your organization that is fighting with the fans and the media. That just does not spell success for anybody. I understand the contract. I understand the money behind that. But eventually grow a set of balls, man, and make the right decision.
Coming up on the other side, we can dive into what we saw on Saturday. Plus, there was a pretty special moment last night that I doubt either one of these other two guys saw. We'll bring that up on the other side here. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Marcel Delane, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 want to make life easy and enjoyable for everybody here in Kansas City, because that's their mission, to build strong partnerships between members, business partners, customers, and our community. And there's zero cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So if you're an architectural sheet metal contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. And when you partner with us, you're connected to elite craftsmanship. Our members install metal roofing, siding, and decorative features on our region's most landmark buildings, like the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and the iconic crown at Kaufman Stadium. They provide the manpower specifically for the architectural sheet metal community, and there's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and your profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this. Hey, it's Gold, and football season is here. And when we think about football in Kansas City, it's all about the tailgating. And you know what can make your tailgating even better in an ultimate tailgate? It's the fact that that tailgate involves a Ford. Football's better in a Ford. Home games, tailgates, Friday night lights. You have the F-150, the Bronco, Explorer, and Super Duty, all built for game day. And right now, big savings and a huge selection are waiting. So don't sit on the sidelines. Quit your wishing and get your next new Ford at Shawnee Mission Ford. You can shop anytime at ShawneeMissionFord.com. They also get a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty that will cover your new Ford for as long as you own it. That's a special warranty you can't get from other Ford dealerships because it far surpasses the standard manufacturer's warranty provided by Ford. So go to ShawneeMissionFord.com, shop for a new vehicle today, make football season better, and go see Kai Noah at Shawnee Mission Ford, part of the Midwest Ford Dealers, a proud sponsor of the Chiefs.
Listen up, guys. Do you think you know who's going yard today? Well, FanDuel is giving you a free chance to prove your baseball expertise with Daily Dingers. Here's how it works. Make your pick on who's going to hit a home run, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a shot at extra winnings. Now when your favorite star goes deep and knocks it out of the park, it'll feel that much sweeter. Daily Dingers is free to play, and you can lock in a pick every day of the baseball season, and that's why FanDuel is your home for home runs. Get ready to play your game. Make your first pick at FanDuel.com/local. One more time, that's FanDuel.com/local to play Daily Dingers and make your free pick on who's going yard today. FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball, and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issue with non-withdrawable profit boost. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine. and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This report is brought to you by Bet365. Winning is everything.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri.
Hey, it's Nick Bolton from the Kansas City Chiefs, and my hot food take is pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 35 northbound accident at Johnson Drive has only the left lane getting by. Delays very heavy from 67th and building. Missouri side, 435 southbound slows past 210, stays heavy across the bridge, not quite to Front Street with an accident blocking the right lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
We're where you want to be. Baseball with the Royals. If you want to be having a great time. You want to be loving the fun. You want to see all of the excitement. This is the place and we're the one. If you want to be yelling like crazy for the guys you love to see, come on out.
Biggest believer there is.
This is the place you want to be.
But do you want to know their playoff percentage chances?
2.
0.1%.
Yeah.
0.1. Well, there's a chance.
There is a chance. We can get into that a little bit later because it is kind of, look, 3 in a row, that's fun. 4 in a row, interesting. 8 in a row, you got to have some sort of conversation about it because something weird's happening. But again, there is a lot of still trying to get to the surface because of the deep hole you put yourself into. Thanks, bullpen. Throughout the entire season. So, and who'd have thought that Craig Kimbrell would have came to Kansas City and been like resurrected back to 2000?
That's insane too. What? Doesn't make any sense.
I could hold that all day. So real quick, did you guys watch any of the game on ESPN last night?
A little bit of the Little League World Series. Yeah, Carl Ravage's last game.
Had to watch.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about it. You know, was busy earlier on in the day, and then I was like, oh yeah, ESPN baseball nights. Carl Ravage's 33, basically like end. And it's really kind of fortunate, but unfortunate when they bring the kids in to ask the Major League Baseball players questions. How do you strike out so many players? You're like, oh, geez, just get him up. Okay, you got his question. Move on. I get it. We're trying to bring it to life. But they had a kid, and he was talking to the center fielder for the Brewers. Apologize for not knowing the Brewers' entire roster. Yeah. And they were talking to him. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was really cool to see an athlete kind of break the wall. Yep. You know what I'm referencing?
Yeah, it was great.
And he's running in.
Yeah.
And Carl Ravage is like, all right, man, we appreciate the time. We come back. And he's like, real quick, Carl.
It's
and
funny.
Carl shuts up. And he's like, dude, Carl, I want to tell you, man, I've been watching you since I was a kid. And I'm not kidding. There's not many times when I watch a broadcast where I'll stop and I'll just like, purely, it's hard for me to focus anyway. ADHD, ADD, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I was like, this is a Major League Baseball player talking to Carl Ravage the same way that, like, I felt the same thing. Like, I've been watching Carl Ravage my entire life, and this guy who's making millions to play in the biggest league in baseball is literally just telling Carl Ravage, like, dude, you're awesome. You're part of the reason why I love baseball. You've been with me my whole life, and congratulations to a great career.
Yeah, it's funny because as they were doing that interview last night, I was thinking to myself, man, I hope he says something to Carl Ravage. Like, I didn't know how. Yeah, I was just thinking in my mind, like, maybe he'll say something, maybe he won't. Maybe he knows Carl Ravage, maybe he doesn't. You know, who knows how TV is. I don't think broadcasters today seemingly carry maybe the weight that it did back then, you know, with the legends of the game and whatnot. But Carl Ravage is one of those guys who, you know, you think baseball, you think about Carl Ravage. And you also think, too, Dusty, about, like, Carl Ravage is showing everybody how to do it the right way, man. Because you would ask me, would you have done what Carl Ravage did? And I go, yeah, I probably would have. Because you know what you do? You get more bees with honey, right? As they like to say. And he's going out there showing he's a professional, showing he's above the nonsense and all of that. And I think Carl Ravage has become, in a lot of people's minds, a better broadcaster and somebody now who everybody loves because of the way that he handled this situation. I think he did amazing things for himself by handling this situation the right way. And I think that's a lesson to everybody. It's bad everywhere, guys, right? Everybody goes through it. It's how you handle those situations. And Karl Ravech handled it like a champion. Ryan Clark did not, but Karl Ravech did. And I think Karl Ravech will probably land on his feet and have a job somewhere else. Maybe it's with a team, maybe it's with MLB Network, whatever it is. But he handled things the right way. And I give Karl Ravech a lot of credit for that because it would have been very easy to be Mr. Bitterman, party of one, but he took the right approach.
They also didn't fire him in the middle of the third inning. I mean, there is a little bit of that.
There is a little bit of that, but even still, Ryan
me.
Clark didn't handle the situation the right way.
Going to commercial. We'll be right back. Hey, by the way, you're fired.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do the rest of the show.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. Yeah, at that point, you know.
Karl Ravech did go to Twitter and say, "Thank you, everyone. I'm incredibly moved and touched and lifted by your words. My gratitude is to you. Just a true professional. We've had him on the show. I think I called him the chocolate chip cookie of broadcasters. Never go wrong with it. If it's there, you grab it. You enjoy your day, and nothing's going to disappoint you about it. Ravech was always great."
Speaking of chocolate chip cookies, I got to apologize to both of you guys this morning because Jake from Aspen dropped off a bunch of homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Did you drop them?
Jake's Bake is what he calls them, right? Jake's Bake.
Nice.
And
Jake's Bake.
He said, make sure Mac and Dusty get one. Well,
where are they at?
Yeah, the kid's belly.
Oh, damn it.
Get that.
What?
Oh.
Boy, do I have some words for those two.
You guys can go buy cookies elsewhere. My daughter goes,
It's not going to be Jake's Bake.
Oh, my God, these are fire. This is how we get more from Jake, okay?
That's fair. That's fair.
This is how we get more cookies from Jake, okay? And they were tremendous. But my daughter's like, these are fire, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then they're gone.
Bruh, this cookie slap, bruh.
Yeah, bruh. Bruh.
Here's a fun baseball stat for you from ESPN Insights. Mariners starter Bryce Miller did something not seen in MLB in 136 years in Seattle's 19-2 loss on Sunday. He became the first pitcher since George Van Halten.
I've never even heard of that name.
Of the 1890 Brooklyn Wonders to lose consecutive starts by at least 17 runs.
I was going to say, didn't the Brewers
22?
lose?
No, the Brewers beat them 22-0.
And then
they were losing. They lost 19-2.
So the same team, the Mariners got beat by both teams by that kind of score. Yeah, they're checked out. That's
that
good.
manager's fired.
I mean, my God. So twice in a week you got beat 22-0 and then 19-2?
Yeah. Same guy.
That actually happened?
Wonder what his ERA is.
And it was the same pitcher?
His ERA might be higher, which is hard to do, than Harrison Butker's distance.
How about a 69-yard field goal try with 3 seconds to go
What the hell?
in the second quarter? Trying to beat that kid from Jacksonville. The kick is up, and the kick is going to be a lot of distance. He got it! A 69-yard field goal by Harrison Butker!
Great pause, Mitch.
I will tell you, I'm not really jumping off the couch and doing a oh my gosh moment very often. That was one of them.
A 69-yarder, you better believe
I
it.
said, no, they're going to trot him out there to kick this. And, my buddy's like, no way. Isn't he like 70 yards? I 69. Really? Okay. Booms it with leg. Looked like he had at least 5 more yards of leg on that kick.
Yeah.
And then the greatest reaction was Winchester. Just turned around, fist pumped.
Oh,
like
yeah.
3
The
times.
whole team went insane. Mahomes, yeah.
I loved that from Mahomes. Haven't seen him smile like that in a couple seasons.
I know,
that was awesome.
great. Like that reminded you of like a big win in a game that mattered. The way that Mahomes was reacting to that, and I know he missed one later in the day and then doinked an extra point.
The PAT,
missed the PAT after the penalty, right? And that's so classic too. Kicks the first one, it goes through. They always miss the second one, right?
Yep.
Always. So if you can bet on that somehow, some way, go for it because they always miss that second one. So I'm not going to factor that one in. You'd like to see him be perfect, but it sure seems like he's got his swag back too, guys. And I think that was important to see this preseason because of how many one-score games we had go the other way, right? With Harrison Butker, last year, and how many one-score games we lost.
Well, he did miss a PAT, Bob.
I know. I said that already. Yeah,
I'm just saying that's what you're going to get from him.
No, I understand that. After the penalty, we've already discussed that. Text line, calm down. And so you look at the 69-yarder, you look at the swag, you look at the excitement from the team because I think the team was really feeling it with Harrison for the last year or so as well, knowing that he was not 100%. And that was a reaction. I thought, 69-yard field goal. It's an NFL record. I guess. I don't know if it counts because it's a preseason game. I don't think it does, but a regular season game, that's the record right there. Longest field goal. Zebras on TV this morning. Wow. And so they're doing the 69-yard field goal. Everybody's excited. I think that was more of an excitement for Harrison being back for the team to know we can rely on this guy again. Because say what you want, last year you could not rely on Harrison, but he couldn't even kick off last year. And now it looks like he's healthy and ready to go.
I think, and I do give some credit to this text because somebody says I'm giving him a pass in the last two because he was so hot and bothered by the 69-yard field goal kick.
Yeah.
I have not trying to cross-contaminate sports, but I played golf with a guy who got a hole-in-one, and I played golf with a guy who's holed out from like 150 yards.
They're done
eagle.
for the day, right?
Like, they're so jacked up. Like, the guy I saw get a hole-in-one, the next hole he double bogeyed. And
that's great.
The guy that jarred out an eagle from 150, the next hole, he triple bogeyed.
That's great.
And I'm
Love
like,
it.
dude, you're jacked up. Like, you're not bad. You're so on a different level. Like, I've never had a hole-in-one.
You've had it where your adrenaline's going so much, right? And you just can't control yourself.
I mean, I've only got 2 eagles in my life, and I hold out one from like 115 yards. The next drive, slice. I was I mean, I'd never seen anything like it. And so, like, I get it. He was probably amped up. And of course, it doesn't go in the record books, does it?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't. Well, it goes in my record books because I saw it.
Yeah. But I mean, he kicked the 69 yards. So he's hyped up. Obviously, the distance matters, but the ability, I think, for him to go out there and not collapse to one knee. You know, like he was doing all of last year. He's healthy.
Years, really.
And that's, to me, what that field goal symbolized more than anything is that our kicker is back. And our kicker was not back for the last year and a half because he was injured. And that changed a lot, I would imagine, of what Andy Reid and them wanted to do on offense last year. We talk about the Royals bullpen and how bad it was and the what-ifs there. You look back at the kicker last year. What if the kicker was healthy last year? How much different are the Chiefs? Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe not as much. Maybe a win or two. I don't know.
Maybe it is, but like how much of him being injured factored into some of the decisions that Andy Reid made too? You know, like all the random go for it's and things like that people are like, Andy's never done anything like this before. He's got a kicker that can't stand. You know, so you start to look back now, and that's why it's important to kind of look back and go, oh, okay. I see what was happening here. How many times did they go for it on 4th down because they didn't trust the kicker? How many times maybe did they punt where they could have tried a field goal attempt, or who knows what could have factored in? But I think the Harrison Butker situation and having him back, it's not as important as Patrick Mahomes, obviously, but I think it's number 2. I think it's number 2 to have that weapon back in your arsenal right now, and the Chiefs have that weapon back, guys.
So are you tabling your concern for Harrison Butker? Because that was one of your notes in preseason. It was like, I'm going to watch number 7 and see how he does. So that's tabled?
That's tabled. Yeah, I'm good with Butker right now, man. Okay. I do. I feel really good about where he is right now.
Yeah, how can you not be?
How
what
could
else
you not
does he
be?
have to do?
Yeah, exactly. No,
he's made
sold.
50 pluses. He's made the 69-yarder. He looks great.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's important also, too, to put things into context when we're all fire this guy, trade this guy. Like, what's actually going on? Clearly, Harrison Butker was injured beyond repair last year.
Big time. Definitely the last year and a half.
Yeah, probably the last year and a half. He's been without repair. And so now he's healthy, and it makes all the difference in the world. And that's why when we're sitting here going, I can't believe they're sticking with this guy last year, there's a reason why. It wasn't because he was bad. The dude was injured, and now he's healthy, and we're seeing him again. So that's why I extend that same grace to a guy like maybe Xavier Worthy or, somebody else who was banged up all last year, factor in Rashee Rice, and see what they can do moving forward on this season, because guys are injured and guys can change as the season moves along and the new season comes.
Well, this guy was banged up last year.
Browning started for the Bengals against the Chiefs back on New Year's Eve of 2023. Playing for and now a sack! The first sack of the preseason comes from Anyudike Uzama, who came around the left side and buries Jake Browning for a loss back at the 25-yard line. A loss of 8.
You talk about a double take.
Huge.
I saw that hit, and I said, was that who I think it is?
Yeah.
And everybody in the room goes, who was it that you think it was? I was like, I think that was FAU. No, it wasn't. Replay showed it. That was a pop.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Huge. Mac, I saw a tweet from you yesterday, and it was, I guess, last night, and you quote tweeted something, and you said, I'm rooting for this guy. And I don't remember who it was about. It could have been about bringing stool.
It was Jalen Royals.
Jalen Royals. That's who it was, right? He had a nice game, too, right?
Really, two nice preseason games.
Great flip right there where Cyrus Allen was the guy in game 1, and then Jalen Royals became kind of that target. So you can kind of see those two guys maybe competing for the same roster spot out here or place on the depth chart. And so you said, I'm really rooting for this guy. That's where I am with FAU. And we were in the car on Saturday and listening to the radio and heard that call, and I'm like fist pumping.
You're doing the dude?
I am. I'm doing the dude in the Bronco because I'm like, yeah! Because that's the guy I'm rooting for. I am. I'm pulling, not because he's a local kid or anything like that. It's just because, for whatever reason, everybody thinks he's done. Carrington's got him washed and everything like that.
For whatever reason, to be fair, it's been 3 years.
Well,
this is year 4, not for whatever reason. Very clearly
injuries.
Reasons, yes.
And there's been a lot of factors with this guy. And so I'm rooting for the guy. I am absolutely 100% rooting for FAU to do good things. And so I kind of felt like a proud papa the other night when he got that sack. I was like, yeah. And then Emmett Johnson's doing good stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's 2 guys that I really am rooting for on this team. And we should all be rooting for FAU to do things because he makes the team so much. I mean, that sack, guys, that was big league. That was a big league. I mean, just listen to Mitch not even paying it. Oh, my God.
You can't have a better rep than that.
I mean, the tackle was perfect. He brought him to the ground. I mean, it was as spectacular a tackle and sack as you will ever see.
Textbook.
There were 3 moments that stuck out to me probably in that game. And obviously the Butker field goal, the FAU sack, and then seeing our Mason Thomas.
Who's?
Ours. That explosion and tip pass.
Oh, man, almost took Baker to the house.
And, if he throws that ball a half yard further back behind the line, that's 6.
Well,
and, seeing somebody like that is, gives me the dude moment like, oh, my gosh, we have somebody that can actually get in the backfield and disrupt things. So, seeing Thomas do that, seeing FAU do that, and seeing Butker do that, I mean, those were the 3 real big highlights. Obviously, still more needs to happen as we can get into what the offensive line looked like and the scariness that has Mac really concerned. But I don't know what did it more for you guys, the field goal or the FAU sack. I mean, the FAU sack was textbook. Man, I don't feel bad for athletes a lot of times. I felt bad for Drake Browning. He was absolutely getting just destroyed. Destroyed for about 5 straight minutes where he's like, man, screw this. All right, I'm the backup behind Baker. Put Daniels in.
Hey, the difference is Justin Fields would have ran out of the back of the end zone on that play and to avoid the FAU sack.
Well,
he was getting killed too.
I mean, yeah, taking a 30-yard sack though. I mean,
that was rough.
That was. But wasn't that the one that set up the 69-yard field goal?
So you kind of got to thank him. Yeah, he did it on purpose. Yeah,
you got to thank him to get Butker out there to see if he could do it. I think the Butker thing gets me more excited because. I mean, that's more tangible, I think, because you can see the points and see if he wins the game or something like that. Obviously, you can see the sacks with FAU, but, I mean, he showed speed. And that's the thing that we're seeing right now along this defensive line, guys. Gelati was out, and everybody was fearing, oh, my God, Gelati's got the plantar fasciitis, and you don't want to see anybody hurt. But when you saw FAU and our Mason Thomas play the way that they did, you've got to feel really good about that. And, again, it is preseason football, and it's hard to judge. But the one thing that does translate is speed. And we saw FAU and our Mason Thomas show some serious speed on that defensive line. And for me, that's what I'm going to keep harping on because it was the thing that I hated so much last year is being like me, Mac, and Dusty on the defensive line. now we've got legit defensive linemen with some serious speed.
Now we can get into an overreaction because it is a Monday. Mac, your name is first on the list, so go ahead, sir, with your overreaction a day before your birthday.
Yeah, you alluded to it. The Chiefs might have a really big right tackle problem. It's something that we've talked about, this offensive line being confident in it, and the right tackle was always the question mark, but it was always like, it's the right tackle. Well, man, if they're going to be this slow off the line, and again, it's as much as you can take from it. We only have 2 preseason games to really judge, so we have to. This is what we have to do. This is our job. It is what it is. So, Khalil Benson and Jalen Moore both can't get off the line. They both look like they're either going to get beat going around or they're going to beat going inside. If that's going to be the case, and as you know, as we've talked about, Bob, you always say this, the domino effect on offensive line. And now Trey Smith's thinking about that. And now Creed Humphreys thinking about his right side. And now all of a sudden, everyone's playing 5 to 10% worse. So we need one of those 2 guys to hit. I think it will be Jalen Moore. I've been more Khalil Benson star. I think right now it's Jalen Moore's job. But he has looked rough as well.
Yeah, and that's what we said going through the beginning. It was always Jalen Moore's job to lose. I don't know that he's done anything. Like, if that was a competition... I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, like it's an open tryout now at that right tackle position. But as you're mentioning, Trey Smith thinking about, the other guy next to you and whatnot, I'm thinking about Derek Johnson telling me the number one thing to do is do your job. And the number one thing that Bill Belichick said was do your job. And the minute you start worrying about the guy next to you not doing his job and you try to cover for him, then you're not doing your job. And now you have 2 people that aren't doing their job. And so as tempting as it is for Trey Smith to think, I got to help this guy, you can't. You can't. You just have to do your job, because if you don't do your job, now you're sacrificing 2 positions in that. So they got to get better at that right tackle spot right now. Again, preseason, who knows? Things seemingly change, but yeah, it's not been a good look.
No, bad. 4th highest paid right tackle in the league, Jalen Moore.
Well, he better start playing better. People are going to start booing him.
Yeah, but they'll boo him for performance.
Yeah.
I think they're booing Watson for performance as well.
There is some to that. If he was playing good, they wouldn't be booing
him. Yeah.
My overreaction is the Royals have a chance to be a playoff team. They have a 0.1% chance of making
there's
the playoffs.
a chance.
They have won 8 games in a row. Their schedule is, there's only, I think, 34 games left, 35 games left in the season. Now, they'd have to go like 28 and whatever, but they've made somewhat of a little bit of interesting notes over the last week and a half. They sweep the A's. Beat a team that's good. They sweep the Tigers. They win, I think, 2 out of 3 against Anaheim, and they haven't lost in 8 straight games. They're fun to watch. They look like they got this little Salvador Perez is stealing bases.
Stealing bases.
I mean,
yesterday,
Gerard Dyson.
That was great. The Mr. Zumbaya,
so
did Salvi do that on purpose?
There's no way Q gave him the green light to steal. He just did it on his own. And even the catcher was like, wait, oh my gosh. Okay, put that right in my back pocket.
Well, when it happened, we were at my friend's house, and that comes to my overreaction. You've turned the music down for a second. No, I'm being serious. I've lost 2 people over the weekend. And so we were at morning yesterday at my friend's house. Not 2 people in their 80s, but it was 2 people that are some of the most influential people in my life. The man who told me to go to KU passed away over the weekend. And one of the first moms that adopted me as her son passed away over the weekend when I came out to KU, Mrs. Kiter. A lot of people in the Shawnee Mission West District know the Kiter family and how awesome, they were. And so she 80 years old as well. My friend Harlan, who passed away, told me to go to KU years ago, 81 as well. So they lived good lives. But you start to, have these conversations, and, I'm almost 50 right now. And my overreaction is I got 25 more good years left on this earth, right? And so I'm going to just enjoy every damn day, man. You see this stuff happen, and you stress about stuff that doesn't need to be stressed about, and we all do. And then you have moments like that over the weekend where, you lose 2 people. Now, again, in their 80s, live great lives, but it still doesn't lessen the sadness that everybody is going through. And you look back and you go, you got to live every life to its fullest, every day to its fullest, every moment to its fullest, because we're sitting around here and we compartmentalize and we focus a lot of times on the wrong thing. And I'll be honest, having Mac alongside in that generation, that Gen Z, man, you guys got a lot of good concepts going on there about the way to live life. And it's a lot better than, some of us old folks where we're work hard and bust your ass all day. And you're like, nah, let's enjoy life. And it's important to enjoy life, because when you're there and it's over, you look back and all the memories that we were talking about, not one person has mentioned anything work-related. Everything's all positive, great life memories. And that's what you should strive to do. Live your life to the fullest, man.
It's like I always tell you, the advice my dad gave me, don't look at the 2 dates on the tombstone, look at the dash, because that's what explains the entire life that you are celebrating. At the end of the day, it's not the date when it started, the date that it ended. It's everything that's in between is the importance in life, and it's just
and you lose it along the way, man. You really do. Like we all get caught up in stuff at times that we believe are important, and a lot of the times it is. But at the end of the day, it's why I tell my kids all the time, and my wife, our family thread is the only ones that matter. We're the only ones in that circle that matter, man. And you got to live your life to the fullest and enjoy every day.
Sample sizes are sample sizes, and we have 2 weeks of such. We'll figure out what we're talking about on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Emmett Johnson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, man, my man Jake from Aspen came over yesterday and dropped off some delicious chocolate chip cookies that he made, and they were fantastic. And I'll tell you this, Jake, though, they're not as good as what you've done for our front yard. I'll promise you that. Those chocolate chip cookies were dynamic, but but our front yard is beyond dynamic because you guys got after it and did it the right way. And that's what you can expect from Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They've got college-educated professionals that know how to grow the best yards in Kansas City. They know all about the climate. They know all about the seeds. They know all about everything. And when they take over your yard, you're going to be so happy with the results that you get from Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And it becomes so great that you want to enjoy it every single day. And that's what we do. That's why we have the mosquito dome outside our house, because it keeps the mosquitoes out, it keeps the fleas out, it keeps the ticks out, and it allows us to enjoy our yard, and it allows us to have our dog enjoy the yard as well. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. And maybe Jake will kick in some cookies as well. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Hey, the summer gets super hot, so now you need to get a Super Light. That's right. The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drinks flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. And ooh, that blue chill is money, baby. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for any occasion. From the golf course to the bar, at night, at the concert, a day at the ballpark, Super Light is here for the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. You must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
That wreck really took everything off track. Can't work, can't help with the kids. The bills are stacking up.
Then stop waiting. Call the Car Crash Kings, SWL Injury Law. Car crashes, that's what they do.
Yeah?
Yeah, they go to work so you can get your life back and get paid what you're owed.
Don't get pushed around. Visit us at SWL Injury Law today for your free consultation. We're the Car Crash Kings. It's what we do.
Visit SWLinjuryLaw.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
August is here, the heat is not going to quit, and neither can you. If you're over 40 and the heat is taking its toll more than it seemed like it used to, it might be your testosterone levels declining with age. Visit Low T Center and find out if TRT therapy is right for you. Go to FixMyLowT.com and book your free T-test today.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here with Rob Seid at Rob Seid Ford. Rob, I smell a grill. What's cooking?
Kevin, the grills are fired up, and so are the deals. Right now at Rob Seid Ford, it's the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event with the best deals we've had in the past 12 months.
Now that's saying something. What are we talking?
Employee pricing on virtually every new Ford on our lot, plus even more dealer discounts on top.
So how hot do these deals get?
Up to $17,500 off brand new F-150s at Rob Seid Ford, plus huge savings on Expedition, Explorer, Bronco Sport, Bronco, and more.
Wow, that's 5 alarm hot.
Exactly, and unlike Kevin's Burgers, these deals are coming out juicy.
All right, I walked into that one.
Shop Rob Seid Ford, Kansas City's top-rated Ford store on Google. 4.8 stars and nearly 3,500 reviews.
Rob Seid Ford, 135th and State Line, or robseid.com.
Buy right, Rob Seid.
And Doug.
Hot dog, get your hot dog.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Telly Tire and Auto Center's biggest sale of the year is back. The Tires at Cost sale. That's right, you pay what we pay, plus mounting and balancing for only $30 per tire. Reserve yours at TELLEtire.com. Take care of your car, take it to Telly. Additional charges apply for tire disposal and road hazard warranty.
At Allstate, we know second chances are important to you, so they're important to us. That's why with Allstate's accident forgiveness, your rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it was your fault. So while you might find yourself wondering, how long will this take or what will this cost? You won't have to question your rate after an accident. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Optional policy feature terms apply. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Steve here with Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. We're in the Midwest, where tornadoes are real and our water table is high. So we practically tap a well every time we dig a basement. As a plumber, I could tell you that water always wins. This month, we have a sump pump special. $200 off a main pump or $400 off a battery backup system. Protect your basement. If you haven't used us yet, we would love to win you over. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Border Magic, giving your landscape the home field edge. Give your landscape the winning edge with Border Magic. Custom concrete edging adds curb appeal, style, and lasting beauty. Backed by a 10-year warranty. Get your game plan started at southkc.bordermagic.com. Border Magic, we've got the edge.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLInjuryLaw.com.
Kansas side, 35 northbound. Earlier accident at Johnson Drive has cleared. Things are still slow, though. Back from around 75th Street. Hit delays. Stay slow up past 67th, but unwinding. Missouri side, 435 southbound. Very heavy. Hit delays before 210. Stay slow across the bridge with an accident before Front Street, blocking the right lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back at it, rolling along on a Monday. I figured we'd get that text. Dusty, 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 don't do this to us. I'm not doing anything to you. You're on your own at this point. But the Royals have an off day. And they play the Blue Jays. And then they play the Guardians. And then they come back home and play the Blue Jays again. So I'm not saying it's over. It's just the scene from Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, it's like a 0.00001% chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Better believe it. Hey.
The cloud is giving us the middle finger as we have this conversation today. I mean, that is a crazy looking cloud out there.
It is.
Looks like we're getting the bird.
Oh, that's nuts. Yeah.
Right here,
That's
Dusty.
Cool. What is crazier, the cloud giving us the finger, or they're actually fixing the parking lot finally?
Woo!
Or
Hallelujah.
that somebody still parked like a Richard, knowing that there's going to be 25
Who
employees.
did that? I mean, we were all told to park in this little part of the parking lot, and somebody came in and parked all sideways and one of those type of things because they believe like they're the only ones out there. I guess they're taking a diagonal, taking up 3 spots, and so so we get finally this parking lot out here is going to be fixed. You could lose a small village in some of the potholes out here.
I know. I got here this morning. I'm like, damn, nobody's here today. Oh yeah, that's right. We get to park on the side of the
parking lot day.
These
are the exciting things we get around here.
We get to be invited to the Cody Tap section of the parking lot. 2 weeks in a row. You asked, I think on Friday, will we see the Eric Bieniemy effect? Because what were there, 12 penalties in game 1?
Yeah.
And how many in game 2?
8.
Okay.
A lot.
Subtract 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that say for you? I get it. It's preseason.
Down a quarter from the first game. That's a win.
But I thought, Mac really hit the
third,
nail on top of the head when it came to last discussion, where it's like, hey, because people will tell you all the time, like, why are you talking about preseason football? Hello, McFly, Sports Radio. You're all champing at the bit to get football started. We're in the same boat as you. Like, we love all sports. We want them all to be going at the same time. We go nuts over the sport equinox and all that sort of thing. And, you have Saturday, the Royals win. You have Saturday, the Chiefs are playing in preseason football. And you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. The Royals played at 6:40. The Chiefs play at 6:30. Whatever it may be, or 6:10 and 6:40. It was something around those little things where you flip back and forth if you wanted to. But are we starting to see the Eric Bieniemy effect of the accountability?
Well, you gotta have it. I mean, one of the things that we talked about for the last couple of years was that guy that was playing right tackle that couldn't stay on sides, right? What the hell was that guy's name? Juwan Taylor, right? I was thinking like Jalen Taylor.
You don't remember his number either?
76, right? 74. And so I remember everybody complaining, God, if we had EB, this guy would be on sides the whole time and we wouldn't have this issue. And so that's the accountability thing that people want to see out of Eric Bieniemy. And Andy mentioned again, day 2 in a row or game 2 in a row, we're going to clean up these penalties, and you've got to find a way to do this. And that's how I'm going to kind of judge his hire this year. You know, the penalties, are they going to go down? Are we seeing the repeat offenders like we did with Jawan Taylor? Are we going to see that this year? And I don't think we need to see something like that this year. The average team in the NFL commits about 6.5 accepted penalties during the course of every single game. And so that's where I want to kind of see that number. I want to see that number way down. 12 penalties, 8 penalties. Those are way too many to have in this game. And so Eric Bieniemy, for me, is brought back for disciplinary reasons. And a big part of that is making sure that these guys are held accountable and we don't see those repeat penalties. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to lose their minds, fellas, if we see a Jawan Taylor situation. Again, whatever it may be, the same guy committing the same penalty day in and day out. That can't fly anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, like, yet what I know the first game they played, the first drive, they were moving the ball, penalty. Second drive, moving the ball, penalty. Those are things, obviously, I think that are the cliches of training camp and of preseason football, is that everyone is messy, everyone is sloppy, you got to get the timing in the game. And you know, I saw I think it was either Mitchell Schwartz or it was Jeff Schwartz talking about the offensive line.
Both were.
About how, like, the tackles, is that what it was? The tackles were late to the snap. The only one that was really on the snap count was the center.
Was Creed, yeah.
And it was giving the defense, like Ruben Bain, completely tossed. Great. Was it Jalen Moore that he completely threw to the side?
I can't remember if it was him or Benson. They both got beat.
Whoever
on the
was
same
wearing
play.
number 70.
Yeah, so Jalen Moore.
So he knew more than the team that actually knew the cadence and the snap count. So that's got to be something that's got to be fixed. Yeah. And that's an Andy Heck thing, who might be the hot name this year.
This year may be the guy.
You know, where the penalties are. The offensive line was the depressing story in the first preseason game. This week, it's whatever you want to. If you think it's Justin Fields, that's fine. It's not. He's not going to be a quarterback. But like, it's just one of those things where, like, I think Eric Bieniemy is here, yes, to kind of, you know, keep some order in the room, but also he's there to make sure that they can run the ball efficiently. I think that's goal number one, but you also get the bonus package of Eric Bieniemy is like red ass, you know, guy that's going to be there, whether you think he's in your sort of coaching world or not. You might be the right tackle, and all of a sudden here comes the gray beard and the bald head looking you directly in the eyes going, oh my God, I better not screw up again. I thought he was worried about the running backs. No, he's worried about you.
That's right.
And all of you. And that's, I think, a good note to have because, yeah, from 12 penalties to 8, third preseason game, we're not going to really talk much about it. I know we just talked about how we talk about preseason games, but I mean,
that's a Friday night. By the time we get back on Monday, a lot's going to happen. Roster cut downs are a week from today.
Yes.
So by the time that Friday night game comes and goes, right, everybody's going to be making their roster decisions. There's going to be roster cuts on Saturday, roster cuts on Sunday. That game will not even be, you know, a figment of our imagination, just like the last preseason game seemingly always is. But to Dusty's point, man, I don't want the clunkiness from the offensive line. I mean, when you guys are talking about that, I'm just thinking about, man, you got to fire off the ball at the same time. It's not that hard to listen to the snap count, right? It's not that hard. Okay, this is on 2. Hut. You know, let's make sure we're getting off on the snap count at the right time. Let's make sure we're not delayed. Let's make sure we're not committing penalties. And again, a lot of it has to do with the injuries right now in the offensive line. And now, as we're starting to close in on 2 weeks now to go before the season, you want to start getting these injured guys back now and start getting some continuity on the offensive line. I'd love for Trey Smith to be back in the fold this week. I'd love for whoever else is injured to be back in the fold this week so we can start getting that continuity on the offensive line for these final 2 weeks before, you know, you have to take on one of the best defensive lines in the NFL in the Denver Broncos. So I think it is important now to start getting these guys healthy, but more importantly, it's still important for Eric Bieniemy to continue to stress these penalties, man, we're not going to stand for them. We cannot have these drives stopped by penalties. We're not good enough at this point in time where a 10-yard penalty doesn't matter, like in 2018, 2019, 2020. Yeah, we'll just overcome all that. We're not at that spot anymore.
Mac, you okay with everything so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's the head coach's job too. Also, I'm not going to stress Eric Bieniemy out for Dave Tube's, you know, mishaps. Special teams penalties still a problem in preseason. So no,
special teams have been awful.
Eric
too.
Bieniemy sets the tone in practice. I think he's already done that to me. Eric Bieniemy's already a big success, and Eric Bieniemy, to the Jawan Taylor point, Bob, he wouldn't have stopped Jawan Taylor from doing penalties. He would have told Andy Reid, "You've got to sit this guy. he can't play anymore.
Well, either way,
that's
something would have been taken care of.
He would have had
at that
accountability
point.
for Big Red,
But
and that's what we need him here for.
Yeah, but I also think, man, like say what you want. That dude's getting in faces.
Exactly. So he's already doing what I need him to do personally. Yeah, like this team didn't have a red ass. He's here. Let's go.
This dude is getting in faces of people, and that's why I need the penalty numbers to be down. Because I don't know, you don't want that guy yelling at you. Just think about yourself. You want the enemy screaming at you? I don't.
Everybody's got to be held accountable, from us to the team to Drew Nixon and his two co-hosts.
Get out of your own head and perform in bed.
That's right. Coming up next, Mac, am I allowed to talk about it? Bob, am I allowed to talk about it?
All right.
96.5 The Fan, you're home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's No Williams, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for the Chiefs. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Local Number 2 are trying to do great things here in Kansas City, and that all starts with bringing everybody together as one. Their mission is to build strong partnerships between members, business partners, customers, and the community, and there's zero cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So if you're an architectural sheet metal contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and those economic conditions. And when you partner with us, you're connecting to elite craftsmanship. Our members install metal roofing, siding, and decorative features on our region's most landmark buildings, like the top of Bartle Hall, the Kauffman Performing Arts Center, and that iconic crown out at Kauffman Stadium. They provide manpower specifically for the architectural sheet metal community, and that allows you to go out there and bid on every job imaginable. There's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Sprained wrist, ankle twist, broken thumb, can't make a fist, busted knee, surgery, that patch of ice you didn't see.
Where pain starts, Jernavix suzetrigine begins. Jernavix is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain.
Tendon tear, nose repair, tripping on that broken stair, dislocation, operation, moped crash while on vacation.
Do not take Jernavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jernavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes.
Joint displacement, knee replacement, fell on marbles in the basement, ladder slip, broken hip, that rock climb where you lost your grip.
To learn more about Jernavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jernavix.com.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri.
Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Who is the area's only dealer for Fronius professional welding equipment? Metal by the Foot, located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Royals coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side, Northland, 435 southbound past Parvin. Bogs down. It stays very heavy, not quite to Front Street with an accident still blocking the right lane. Blue Parkway westbound, heavy approaching Nolan for a good mile plus. US 50 westbound, slow at Chipman with an accident building delays. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
We're making all of our season-long NFL predictions during Futures Week, starting August 31st, right here on 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts.
Wow, flamethrower outside in the parking lot? I got to go see that.
Yeah, we were back. But they're redoing our parking lot. Slim Fast is who you're wondering. Who parked
okay,
like that.
he parked like that. Okay.
So that's who parked like that.
I got to have a flamethrower out there, man.
Yeah, dude's got it hooked up to a propane tank, burning all the grass edge around the concrete. It's pretty sick.
I mean, seriously,
I was like,
if there's
whoa,
a
man.
toy that I need, probably it is that flamethrower. Hey, a real quick shout out to Lindsay over at Gert's Grill. She's a big fan of the show.
Yes.
And
yeah, Lindsay's great.
She's fantastic. Went over there for lunch on Friday, had the Reuben, and so shout out Lindsay and everybody else that works over there at Gert's Grill. I know you guys deal with my father-in-law a lot over there, so God love you. But I kid, he's a wonderful man. But yeah, it was fantastic. We went over there for lunch on Friday and just had the time of our lives. So Lindsay, shout out to you and everybody else over there at Gert's Grill.
You ever had a bad time eating a Reuben sandwich though?
Nope.
No. I mean,
not my favorite Sammy, but still good.
Oh man, Reuben, Cuban, Nixon 5. I tried to rank my top 3 favorite sandwiches. Couldn't do it.
That's a long process.
It's horrible
because you start thinking about individual restaurants and maybe this sandwich is good. I can't.
Does the sourdough have metal shavings in it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Can we eat anything these days? Was anything else recalled over the weekend? Do we know?
I don't know, but I'm full in on lettuce.
Are you back in on lettuce?
Yep.
Okay.
We had subs at the pool on Saturday. There was romaine. I ate it.
All right, you're back in. I had Brussels sprouts last night.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
Binkley was so shocked when he was like, "Yeah," he had me on one of his shows. He's like, "Would be your appetizer on the master's meal?" And I was like, well, I'd probably copy the recipe from Third Street Social. They're fried, or not fried, but it's they're like grilled Brussels sprouts and cauliflower.
Oh yeah,
it's fantastic appetizer. It comes like this little dill sauce.
Oh yeah, that sounds really good. What he was upset
He's
about
like,
that?
Hey, Brussels sprouts? What the hell, Dust man? Brussels sprouts? I was like, yeah, what's wrong? He's like, I just can't get over it. I thought you'd be like a nachos guy. I said, it's my appetizer, Jay, not your appetizer.
Yeah, you think, honest to God, do you think Jay Binkley has ever had a Brussels sprout?
No.
Back in the day, yeah, Brussels
I think
sprouts
he's had
were,
one green vegetable and it's green beans.
Yeah, what do you mean back in the day? When was Binkley eating vegetables back in the day? Do you know a different Jay Binkley?
Making Jay, I don't know.
No chance. Yeah. No, because when we were growing up, nobody ate Brussels
watch
sprouts.
The football game? You need 3 more bites of your Brussels sprouts, Jay. Hey, dang it. Hey, what good, man?
But Brussels sprouts were made back in our day when we were growing up because our parents were raised on them and they hated them. So they never, made them for us. And now they've incorporated bacon jam on all these. And so everybody's just, chowing on Brussels sprouts because they're actually good now with the way that you can make them. But when we were growing up, it was like, no, nobody ate those because our parents were traumatized from having to eat them as a kid. So I don't think there's a chance in hell Jay Binkley has ever eaten a Brussels sprout.
No chance.
Do you think he's eaten asparagus ever?
Yeah, I believe that. I think he's probably done that.
Okay.
Asparagus is a pretty easy one to slide into like a meal.
Mix it in like risotto and he won't know it.
Yeah, or like chop it up.
He's also traveled a lot. I'm going to give Binks some credit here. I think Binks had a lot more than we give him credit for.
Okay.
He's traveled a lot around the world.
Yeah.
I think he's tried things.
Okay, you think?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm going to give Binks some credit there.
He's putting faith in that stuff.
You want to spend time on Brussels sprouts or Royals talk, Dusty? We got a few minutes here. All right,
Royals
let's do it.
So the number is 7.5. That's the number they are out of the wild card. 2 of those teams that are above them are Cleveland and the Blue Jays, and one team that is just slightly above them is the Detroit Tigers, who they just swept. And obviously the number they have to look up is all the teams you have to pass, and those teams are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. Okay, I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't think that they're making the playoffs. And I think it's awesome to watch these guys play the way that they're able to play and finally be healthy in August, at the end of August, right? Like Vinny finally looks like Vinny Pasquantino. It's August 24th. I'm a realist. I know what it is. Since the All-Star break, they are 19-15. They got Craig Kimbrell on waivers because nobody wanted him. And since he's been on the Kansas City Royals, again, small sample size.
Hello, America.
It has worked. He's been doing fine. But they have won 8 in a row. And it's not like we haven't seen this before in the history. And Mac put some good notes in here. We remember that 2007 Rockies team, right? Went all the way to the World Series. Swept everybody. And then the Royals kind of did that in 14 when they got in. They swept everybody. Everybody's like, well, this looks like that Rockies team, man, that just got hot at the right time. And then boom. Like, I'll go ahead and make your bold take. Milwaukee's not making it to the NLCS. And they're the best team in baseball. They won't make it to the NLCS.
No, the Dodgers will be there again.
Somebody will, but it won't be Milwaukee. 2007, the Philadelphia Phillies were 7 behind the Mets with 17 games left. Caught them on the final day going 13-4 down the stretch. The 2025 Rangers, August 21st, were 63-66, and their playoff odds had fallen just past 4.8%. And they went on a 14-4 run to get them back into the race. And we all remember that Cleveland Guardians team last year.
Sure.
They were 11 games back on September 4th. That is another week ahead of this. So, can history repeat itself? Possibly. Was that Guardians team better than they were all year long in that final stretch? No doubt. Did Detroit absolutely collapse? 1,000%. But Detroit collapsed over this weekend, and the Royals took advantage of that. Not only are they just winning, they're winning in ways that, like, you're seeing that they're not giving up, right? Like, they're coming from behind. They're winning in walk-offs. The Tuesday night game that we all went out there and watched, they went on a walk-off. They were up, 5-1 yesterday, and then they were down 6-5, and then they ended up winning 9-6. I've seen a lot more from Salvador Perez in these last few games. Yes, I watch every game. It's what I do. I don't have kids. I like baseball. It is what it is. And watching Salvador Perez, like, look over the dugout being like, bro, you're 19 games under 500. Why are you doing this? We talk about Eric Bieniemy being accountable and having that fire and that piss and vinegar. Salvador Perez has that in a way that I don't know if I've ever seen it with another athlete, where, like, steals a base, does the Zoom thing, but then gets a base hit, looks over at his dugout and fires him up and does all this stuff. They have won 8 in a row. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't know. I'm in this weird, like, purgatory world where I'm like, damn it, boys. Like, it's just 7 games that you didn't blow in the bullpen, and they've blown it more than 7, but just 7 games you don't blow in the bullpen. You add to that record, they're sitting in the second place wild card spot with a little bit of cushion. Now they've won 8 in a row, still 7.5 back, but hey, it's fun. It's interesting. We see this every year, but 8 in a row is something that you have to have a talking point on because it's 2 different sides. One, you're frustrated that now it's showing and now you're seeing this. Or 2, you're the little kid from Angels in the Outfield going, it could happen.
Yeah, I think most of my friends, and obviously I'm an older, more cynical generation, the amount of texts I got from people going, screw these guys. Because now they're doing this.
That's how I feel.
Like, where were you all season long? And that's kind of where I am. It's like you have a friend that's rotten to you, and then they come around and they're real nice to you, and we're supposed to just accept you back into the friend group after you were pissing everybody off for the last 6 months. And now you're just going to show up and like, hey, here we are, adopt us and be friends with us. Like, I again, and so you're not my age group, which is good because you're not as cynical as all of us that is like every year this happens with the Royals where they play great down the stretch and everybody thinks that's something for the time to come. I think this kind of hinders, where they are right now because I think after this season, you got to make copious amounts of changes all over the place based on the way that they played when the games mattered. The games don't matter now. This is extended spring training. And they're playing good. They play good in spring training. They play good in the World Baseball Classic. This team has a propensity of playing good when it doesn't matter. But when it does matter, they don't play good. And so I think that's where a lot of fans are. It's fun, I guess, to watch this right now, but I don't want to watch what's going on now have an impact on the way that they're going to approach the offseason or moving forward to the future because this organization and this team needs a cleansing.
That's my thing. They could convince themselves like, oh, actually, maybe we aren't that far.
Right.
We sneak into the playoffs or maybe you get close. This win streak kind of extends.
And then you're going to rely
weeks.
on a 90-year-old Craig Kimbrell coming back next year as your closer, which is a bad position to be in.
And being like this, no, this team needs serious dramatic changes, and I hope this mirage these last week or so does not change anything that they need to do in the future. 23-8 would be the minimum I think that they need to go in the last 31 games to even sniff a chance at the wild card. And again, I think that would be worse for the future of this baseball team and this franchise if they made the playoffs.
I agree with you because it would hinder and it would hold back and it would change their perception going into the offseason. Now, if you could tell me making the playoffs for this team would not affect the way that they're going to operate in this offseason, then fine, go for it. But you can't have this little stretch and go, oh, I guess we don't need to trade this guy, or we don't need to cut this guy, or we don't need to move on from that guy, or we don't need to improve this position because they're playing this way down the stretch. And that's why you have to compartmentalize it. Is it fun? Yeah, it's cool. But also, on the other hand, why'd you do this at the beginning of the year and then do this again? It's rinse and repeat with this organization. The end of the year, they get hot and everybody gets excited. Hopefully they don't get excited inside the organization. They still realize that a lot of changes need to be made.
Coming up on the other side, we go from the Kansas City Royals to the Kansas City Chiefs, which I'm sure a lot of you will be happy with. But you know what? It can be both. At least it's fun during the non-football seriousness season. So we'll get back into the Kansas City Chiefs here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Peter Woods, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football on 96.5 The Fan.
Boy, I'll tell you what, we had those storms roll through on Friday night, and you know what was great about it? Everything inside our house was dry because we have great windows from our friends over at Window World. And if you've got windows right now that are starting to leak a little bit, or maybe you can feel the air going outside, you're thinking to yourself, we probably need replacement windows. Oh, there's no probably. You do need replacement windows, and you need the best replacement windows on the market, and that's Window World, the official windows of the Kansas City Chiefs. And Window World windows are one of two windows with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, so you know they're the best on the market today. And what's the coolest thing about Window World windows? The majority of all their referrals come from people saying, hey, I love my Window World windows. We love telling everybody how great our Window World windows are, and so does everybody else. They also come with a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. So it's time for you to get the official windows of the Chiefs and of the Fescoes. Call 1-800-GET-WINDOWS now for an in-home estimate. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or at windowskansascity.com. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and fellas, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to be told the truth because you're hiding behind your emotions or your insecurities. It's fine. But you know what? The truth is, ED can ruin the moment, and nobody wants that. Not you, not your significant other, because it's not always about you. But when you're getting intimate with your partner and you aren't able to perform the way that you used to or the way that you're able to, there can really be frustrating times. But at Heartland Men's Health, they're here to settle those frustrating times. There are a wide range of advanced treatment options for every stage of ED that can help you get back to performing again. Heartland Men's Health uses advanced medical science to empower male performances with therapies that go far beyond pills. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So, call them today and find out why their advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
BetMGM, official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season long with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boost, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB's same-game parlay boost. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boost, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. MLB trademarks used with permission. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers. Subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You're in charge of ordering boxes. Small boxes, big boxes, really big boxes. You're in charge of tape, labels, mailers, bubble wrap, extra bubble wrap, just for fun. You're in charge of warehouse cleaning and safety supplies. Good thing there's Uline. Thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline makes it easy because you already do enough. Uline, we warehouse for you.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples. That was easy. Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
It's time to get everything you need for the job from one partner. No more juggling vendors. We've got your entire job supply covered. Supply the entire job with job lot quantities of everything you need, from flooring to roofing, with access to thousands of products not available in stores. More products mean more colors, sizes, and finishes, so you can get exactly what you need to get the job done. Learn more at the Pro Desk, the Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's Creed Humphrey, and I'm here to tell you the best movie of all time is Tombstone.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side, Northland, 435 southbound past Parvin. Bogs down. It stays very heavy, not quite to Front Street, with an accident still blocking the right lane. Blue Parkway westbound, heavy approaching Nolan for a good mile plus. US 50 westbound, slow at Chipman with an accident building delays. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Well, the Chiefs now 3 positive plays and moving into Buck territory at the 40-yard line. Emmett Johnson, a fake to him, coming to the near side on a throwback. Right side wide open at the 25 of the Buccaneers, and a catch made as it gets hit in the back. Jake Brenningstool, a favorite Travis Kelce play. An over route, throwback, and it's a gain of 15 yards, and the Chiefs are moving at the Buccaneer 25.
Hell yeah, Mitch. Who's ready to hear that every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, and maybe a Friday? I know that I'm hard.
Possibly a Saturday. Towards the end of the season.
I did look at the Chiefs' schedule. I think the best game to go to this year, Arizona, noon, November 22nd.
Yeah, we'll be there. Yep,
Before
absolutely.
Thanksgiving
Right before
week.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Right? That should be an easy win. That's what, week 9? November 22nd, noon against the Cardinals. That should be an easy win. That should be a fun game. Who knows what their record is at that point, but man, a nooner, great time. I do like the 325. Mac made a good point. We were walking out to the cars the other day. I was like, man, I love a noon game. He goes, yeah, 325 because I can get to the stadium at like 10 and be totally fine as opposed to noon. You know, I'm sure you guys in the bus, Ralph, you guys get up at like 5:30, picks you up at 6. You're already in the stadium by 6:45, ready to go. Everything's set out
Everything's
by 7:30.
set up, ready to go. I
Right.
mean, usually the gates open. I don't know. I'm trying to think what time for a noon game. It seems like we usually meet about 6:30, and by the time you get there, those gates are already open and you're going. Yeah, it's great. I do like the early tailgates, though, because you do get home, earlier, obviously. You get to watch the second half of the 3 o'clock games, and then, you get the nightcap there. So I'm always a noon guy. I love it. Love those games.
But I don't know why I've been doing this year, but like taking notes and putting them into our doc before the show on Monday with preseason game. And I got five notes from the game that stuck out to me. And I look, when the regular season starts, we'll all 3 have 5 notes for a regular season game because it's obviously more meaningful. If I miss anything, 913-586-7965, text line, you can let me know. Bob, Mac as well. Butker hits from 69. Looks like he could have hit it from 5 more yards.
Yeah, that's a 74, 75-yard field goal with
that
ease.
looked good.
Yeah.
And yes, we know that he did end up
the health
missing.
of Butker is good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the 2 misses because, as you mentioned earlier, and I thought it was a great analogy with the golf, you hit a hole-in-one, you're done for the day. You just are. You nail a 69-yard field goal, that adrenaline's running all afternoon long. We needed to see Butker have that kind of success, and that's what we've seen so far. He's healthy, and that's so important.
The FAU sack looked like a out-of-body experience. Maybe like frustration of like, hey, we listen to this show every once in a while. We heard you guys talking about FAU and, the defensive ends. And, well, now Gelati's out. Wasn't saying that was a catastrophic injury, but it thinned something out that doesn't really have a lot of thickness or gristle to, which was your defensive edge pieces on this team.
Right.
FAU just completely destroyed Jake Browning, who had a tough 5 minutes of that game. R. Mason Thomas, that just blitz in the backfield, knocking that ball down. We know how many times that happens to the Chiefs where the quarterback looks at his third read, luckily throws it out because there's no pressure around the edge. Hands up, focus there. If it was a half yard behind the line of scrimmage, Baker Mayfield has a fumble and it's a pickup and it's a touchdown. That gives you some excitement to see that somebody like that is coming off the edge and has some sort of hey, we got to watch when 50, whatever, is it 51? Is that his number?
I think it is 51, yeah.
Whatever 51's in the game, that speed, that's noticeable. We've got to look out for that. Emmett Johnson still looks the part. I think he's I don't know who gets more deservingly the number 2 on the roster spot, Nussmeier or Emmett Johnson. I mean, DeMercado looked fine for the sample that he played. And then the last one that I had was I go back to the Josh Briscoe, Nate Taylor conversation where they said Jalen Royals may not make this team. Maybe he watched that clip because he looked like he's trying to play on this team in 2026.
It seems like they did a flip of the script with Cyrus Allen and him this week. They gave Jalen Royals that opportunity. So I look at that and I go, okay, that's a competition between those two guys for a potential depth chart spot, maybe a spot on the roster altogether. Who knows, what they're going to decide to do.
Cyrus Allen?
No, yeah, with a depth chart battle, absolutely. Yeah, they flip-flopped those two guys in preseason this week. We absolutely saw they're competing. There's no question.
Yeah,
but
I would
they're
disagree
competing
with that.
right now.
I
Okay,
would
that's
disagree with
fine,
that,
but I'm
yeah.
going to tell you, I mean, when you see guys like DeMercado, they flip-flopped him. I mean, he was playing in the fourth quarter this week. I see guys playing in the fourth quarter. I'm like, you're really stretching to make the team if you're playing that late into the game.
DeMercado definitely is.
DeMercado, I don't think he's a lock to make this roster at all. I think he may be the guy that we signed from San Francisco last year and never saw him, And so there's a very good chance that DeMercado doesn't make this ball club. But I think they want to give Jalen Royals every opportunity, and that's why he was getting some early looks with this one. And you saw Cyrus Allen play late in the game as well in that one. And so I'm not saying, Cyrus is competing with him for a roster spot, but Cyrus is probably looking at it from a depth chart standpoint where how far he can move up, and Jalen Royals is probably looking at it, can I make the roster standpoint from this? So they're both competing with things in different ways, and so all those touches that they gave to Cyrus Allen in the first week, those are directed at Jalen Royals this week, and I thought Jalen Royals did a really good job. Again, a guy that Max said that he's kind of rooting for in that situation.
Absolutely, because he's got the same skill set as Rashee Rice, because we know Rashee Rice probably isn't long for this world as far as being in Kansas City. More than likely, things can change, right? A 1,200-yard season could change some things. Stays out of trouble for a while, but he's got the same skill set. He's the same size. He's a good yards after the catch sort of guy. He was running the same exact routes. He was playing the Rashee Rice role, and he's kind of a carbon copy of him body-wise, even a little thicker. So I hope that that can come to fruition. He can benefit this team.
I mean, let me ask you this, though. If I would have told you in, let's say, March 31st, Jalen Royals is a borderline roster cut this year, what would you have said to me on March 31st?
I said, that's really bad. That's not good. What happened?
What happened? Maybe they overdrafted, they oversigned, they went out,
maybe.
they
but
got
still, he's
guys.
what is he? A second round pick in his second year?
Is he a second round pick?
Second or third?
I thought he was a fourth round draft pick.
I mean, I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure he's high picked. Okay, yeah, you're right. Fourth round. Still second year, fourth round. I would be like, damn, he's looking to get cut. That's not good.
But see, I would look at it from the flip side. I go, wow, they went out and they got some good wide receivers. Then I mean, who did they sign? Who did they trade for?
Who did they go out and get?
That's where I would be. And so the answer to that question is Cyrus Allen is really the only one. But some of these other guys are starting to play better. And Cyrus Allen now, because of the way that he is playing, he's literally pushing guys every single other wide receiver out there. And if you don't feel the pressure as a wide receiver based on what Cyrus Allen is doing, then you're living in the wrong world. So I think the Cyrus Allen effect is having an impact on everybody, and everybody raises their game because this is a fifth-round rookie. He's not supposed to be the favorite for the quarterback.
Is there somebody that might not make the roster that we weren't thinking about? That
I think DeMercado is a guy that may not make the roster.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's the guy for me right now that I'm looking at that I'm like, oh boy, he may not make this roster right now.
Nussmeier might make the roster, which they haven't kept 3 quarterbacks since. I mean, it's been 4 seasons since they've kept 3 quarterbacks on the 53.
That's an interesting one because if you cut him and try to get him to the practice squad, you may not.
Yeah.
You may not.
Exactly.
If I'm Cleveland, I'd scoop him up immediately.
Right.
If I'm Arizona, I scoop him up immediately. I know they have Carson Beck, who they think is going to be okay for what they need right now, and Jacoby Brissett's obviously the starter out there, but yeah, he's shown quite a bit as being able to. I will say this. I know he is a rookie, and there's been some things out there that I've seen Nussmeier play because I'll still hang around when he's on the field, but there's a couple of times where I'm like, he looks a little bit more mature than I've seen from rookie quarterbacks that come into the league.
And that's why I said when they drafted him and everybody rolled their eyes, like, hold on a second here. This is actually a really good pick. And you know they're not going to cut him because their plan is to have him for the next 4 years as that backup quarterback at, $2 million a year to save a lot of money. He is a definite developed type of guy. And, we've talked about it. Maybe he ends up being like Kevin Cobb or a situation like that where you end up flipping him like they did in Philadelphia. But I would be surprised if they tried to cut him and sneak him onto the practice squad because there's a lot of buzz about Nussmeier right now.
Yeah.
And you're seeing why they drafted him and why it makes sense. And that's why when I look at Justin Fields, I'm like, can we make Justin Fields just a different position? Like, could we put him down as an athlete? Because I think but seriously, I think he has the opportunity to be more valuable and contribute more to this team with Andy Reid's offensive mind of doing some wild things and having him and Mahomes on the field, as we've talked about, at the same time. And then that way you can keep Garrett Nussmeier as that backup quarterback because I think all of us right now at this point in time feel more secure, if you will, with a rookie in Garrett Nussmeier than what we've seen out of Justin Fields. But that doesn't mean Justin can't have a major impact still on this team and doing different things and being creative. And you know what? Andy hasn't reinvented offense in the last couple of years. Let's think of something new to do and have some crazy stuff with Justin Fields and Patrick Mahomes at the same time.
Because I asked that in light of the question that Arrowhead Addict put on X, and it says, what's one concern everyone seems to have about the Chiefs that you're not worried about at all?
One concern that I'm not worried about?
One concern everyone seems to have about the Chiefs that you're not worried about at all.
I'll say Josh Simmons, left tackle.
I mean, yeah, I'll co-sign that if that's a concern that people have.
I think it still is. I think at this point of the year with, the way the national media is and the way everybody's just kind of low-hanging fruit, surface area stuff, I think for most people when they're talking about the Chiefs, they immediately go to Mahomes' knee and then Josh Simmons being healthy. Those are your two fallback topics.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think the one concern that I think I have or that, that I don't have is Andy running the football. I think there's still some people that are scarred. They're like, well, he's got Mahomes still. It's kind of hard not to. Or you do it for a little bit and all of a sudden it's like, I went right back to it. It's like, I'm not going to drink Monday through Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to drink Friday and Saturday. And then 2 weeks go by. You're like, oh, man, good job. And then 3 weeks later, it's like, it's Tuesday. Why are your eyes lazy? Well, I had all this extra stuff in the fridge from the weekend. It's like, you don't have to do that. Yes, it's there. But still, I think they are. I mean, I think Ken Walker's getting anywhere from 15 to 18 touches a game. And
I have no concern with you. I'm with you as well.
Some people might think that number is low, but do your research. It's not that low. Matt kind of brought that to a realization to us about maybe Jonathan Taylor is the anomaly when it comes to getting 20 to 23 rushes a game.
He led the league at 19 point something. He didn't even have 20.
Didn't even have 20
carries.
It's the double-digit sacks. It's 1,000 yards receiving. It's double-digit touchdowns. We live in these worlds. Yeah. That's true. You have 60 plays.
60 plays.
If a guy gets 20, he's going to get a third
and that's
of them.
Just carries. He's going to have 4 catches. So you got, over a third. It's a lot. It's a lot.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2,
3.
Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
It is a Monday. It's one word, and it's brought to you by the Sand Trap. It is a great spot. Delicious food, cold drinks, TVs everywhere to watch all of your favorite sports teams and all the action that you want to get locked in on. It's located in the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South KC.
Was over there Friday.
Hell yeah. What'd you grub?
Had a pork tenderloin sandwich.
Nice.
Really good.
Look at you stepping out of the box for once.
Yeah, I know. Tried something different. Yeah.
There you go. And today you can get the Trap Club wrap. 14-inch tortilla with ham, turkey, bacon, shredded lettuce, cheddar jack cheese, and diced tomatoes with your choice of ranch, chipotle ranch, or mayo. I suggest you try the chipotle ranch for a little bit of a kick. It also comes with fries or the Wonderful House chips for just $13. They have $9 cheeseburgers and fries as well, plus $1 off craft beers. Max, you're a commissioner of your fantasy football league. You probably sent the email out. Hey, everybody, just a reminder, the draft is coming soon.
Yep.
It is this much money to this day before the draft starts at 7 o'clock on Labor Day Monday. 6 people will still not have the money ready for the day.
Of course not.
But you can be ready and go to any of the locations, Maloney's, the Sand Trap, or the Landing. They will host your fantasy football draft party, and any special they have that day is acceptable during that time of your draft. So, Mac, take it away.
Make sure you keep that money safe and don't get into a car accident.
She has Pete, one of the coolest stories of the weekend. Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman playing in the preseason game. He's a Navajo Indian, and he had a whole slew of people standing ovation just for him. He had a post-game speech after to the Dallas Cowboys, undrafted. Let's turn the computer up.
This game, this star, this team will make us brothers.
Hey, man, hey, be quick. 1, things to clean up for sure always is, right? Okay? But the play style's right. It's right. I'm proud of you guys for that. But I saw something I've never seen before. 25 years in the NFL. An entire section cheering for one man. And that man's gonna break us down!
Well, that was an incredible win. I am very fortunate to be amongst you and to play in the same field where the same star hold it on our chest. And I'm proud of us. I'm proud of how far we've come. Man, this game, fate brought us here as strangers, but this game, this star, this team will make us brothers.
How about that? She has Pete.
That one word, and I'm going to do this for my friend Jason Kiter. God rest Mrs. Kiter. He said to me, he goes, yesterday as we're mourning his mom, he goes, I got to be honest with you, one word is never just one word, so you got to keep it to one word. Amazing.
Yeah, I would say my one word would be sports.
It was cool to see the entire team back away from him on the sidelines to allow him to be honored.
Yes. Gave him the space.
Yep. I thought that was the coolest thing. It's like the whole team understood what was going on. They all backed away. The entire section cheered for him. I hope he makes the team. And I hate the Cowboys, but man, that was a cool moment.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
it really
that
was.
Yeah.
It was so great to see that. Played college football in New Mexico State and Kentucky. First Navajo player to sign with an NFL team. This is him on what it meant.
The standing ovation was incredible. I lost count of how many Navajo Nation flags I saw. Phoenix is home to a lot of Navajo people, a lot of Native Americans. What did I see? I saw hope, courage.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
It was surreal. It's hard to find the words to describe it. English probably isn't the language I'd describe it in, but it was that.
Pajon.
How neat, right?
Very neat. Very cool. Yeah, I do hope at least he makes the practice squad or something.
Yeah.
I know he was in at the very end of that fourth quarter. Maybe that doesn't spell out the best outlook for his roster.
Big man, too. I mean, he's a big dude, man. He'd be good.
6'9".
Could you imagine him on the defensive line, though? Woo!
I couldn't imagine this guy on an NFL roster, but somehow he might still be a starting quarterback. This is Deshaun Watson on fans booing him.
Man, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So I think it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And yeah, just move on.
But don't you think, Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Does any of that make you regret coming here?
No, I don't regret anything in my life. You know, I think the Lord put me through situations for a reason, so I don't regret anything at all. But you know, I had different thoughts on how it was going to be, but you know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes the tables turn, and I'm patient enough because I'm a child of God to wait for that time to change. So I'm not tripping on it.
Sounds like he's tripping on it.
Big time. One word is OJ, because he's got the self-awareness of Orenthal James Simpson. Dude, look in the mirror. Unbelievable comments. You cannot, as an organization, have that guy as your starting quarterback. And if they name him the starting quarterback today, that's going to be a major, major storyline in the NFL. And I don't know how the Cleveland Browns this season recover from it, because the fans have no interest in having this guy represent their team.
And neither do I. My one word is onward.
This was funny. This was over the weekend. This is Travis Kelce and Justin Fields talking about, well, Dusty and I's favorite band, Blink-182.
Twas a banger. Probably still is a banger. You go to a Blink-182 concert, this is rocking. So what kind of this concert? Blink-182? What? Back in the day? You were definitely alive, for sure. You can't say back in the day like that.
Back in the day. One word.
Me. That's how I feel. I get it. I was loving Travis Kelce having that conversation with Justin Fields. You don't know who that band is? How do you not know who that band is? The other thing that I love is him, Baker, and Pat all hanging out at the beginning of the game together. It's like when you go to events, you see all the old men kind of hang out together. Everybody hangs out with their age range. That was great to see those three old dudes hanging out together. And then that comment there, I live that every day of my life.
Yeah, my one word would be subway, because that's how I felt when I was on the subway and the girls behind us go, Celine Dion.
Who?
Who's that? And Bob immediately looks at me and goes, you feel old? I wish I could have watched that clip with Matt, because he'd have done the head slap like, oh my gosh. Justin Fields, I believe, is the same age as you.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Yeah. So,
come on, man. Do better. Do better.
You got to know. He's had to have heard all the small things.
He's heard. Yeah, come on.
Back in the day, you can't say it like that.
Yeah, they just came out with an album a couple years ago. They're still making good music. How about this from Joe Shad on X, formerly known Twitter, Miami Dolphins journalist for Palm Beach Post and previously on ESPN. Quote, possibly unpopular opinion. When professional sports leagues have teams with losing records in the postseason, there are too many teams in the postseason. One word.
Agree. Yeah, we don't need losing teams. Like when that team was 7-9 and won the division, what was it, Seattle, and they hosted New Orleans in the playoffs, who had a better record than them. And how many baseball teams are under 500 right now? Skip it. Give people buys.
Yeah, interested would be my one word
Skip
there.
It. Wow. So only 3 teams in the AL would make the playoffs.
Hey, if that's what it is, I mean, if we're going to have these long regular seasons, they got to matter for something. And if you're under 500, if you're less than average, that doesn't entitle you to go to the playoffs.
This just reminds me of like the NFC West back in the day.
Yeah.
Like if you win your division, you automatically get a home game. It's kind of in that same, I don't know, is it in the same field? Like,
yeah, it is.
You go 7-9, Seattle. And you get to host the Saints, who went, I don't know, like 11-5, and you beat them on your home turf because you don't travel, and the advantage of not having to travel in the playoffs are so huge. I mean, just watch. It'll be week 5, and they'll be praising like, man, we really just want that bye week, week 1 of the playoffs. That's what we want to be. We want to stay home. Like 7-9, you get a home game, like reseeding. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know about missing the playoffs if you're below 500. That's a wild idea.
Yeah, then reduce the regular season in all these sports.
Well, we've been waiting for that for years.
Yeah, I mean, 162, 82, however many games. Hockey's going to 84.
That doesn't mean it wouldn't be under 500. The AL's been this bad the whole time. Make it 102 games. You'd still have 3 or 4 teams.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is if we're going to continue to tell me the regular season matters and people can't finish above 500, half of those teams are making it into the playoffs, I'm out. I really am. I don't need sub 500 teams in the postseason. You didn't earn it.
One word could also be opportunity. Hey, you were really bad this year in sales, but you know what? You're up for an opportunity if you can hit one more in the last week. Sounds great. That is One Word, brought to you by the Sand Trap. It is a great spot with delicious food, drinks galore, TVs everywhere to watch your favorite sports teams. It's located in the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South Kansas City. And on Monday, they have the Trap Club Wrap, 14-inch tortilla with ham, turkey, bacon, shredded lettuce, cheddar jack cheese, and diced tomatoes with your choice of ranch, Chipotle ranch, or mayo, and it comes with either those fries or those wonderful house chips for $13. They also offer $9 cheeseburgers and fries and $1 off craft beers. Coming up on the other side, Bob's got a Wild Royals TV idea that he got from his friend over the weekend. We'll discuss it next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Josh Simmons, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, it's preseason week 3, so let's take a look at the latest pro football injury report presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. Across the league, skill position health is under heavy microscopes right now. In Las Vegas, Raider running back Ashton Genty suffered a sprained ankle during practice, and while it's not considered a long-term issue, the team's evaluating his timeline for the season opener. Meanwhile, the Jets back Breece Hall is set to miss 2 to 3 weeks with a groin strain, and 49er star Christian McCaffrey remains limited due to lower body tightness. In the passing game, Saints rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson faces a 2-month recovery following a severe hamstring injury, and for the Bills, wide receiver DJ Moore was held out with a minor ankle issue, while Buccaneer receiver Emeka Egbuka is managing a toe injury. Under center, Commanders backup Marcus Mariota has a sprained MCL. That sidelines him for the rest of the preseason. This injury report today is presented by Fanatics, the only sportsbook to reward every bet. Download the app today. Injuries are part of football, but they shouldn't automatically bust your bet. That's why Fanatics Sportsbook is home to Fair Play, protecting all pro football player prop bets from any first half injury. So if your quarterback, running back, receiver, or even a defensive player goes down in the first half, affected straight bets are voided. And if that prop bet is part of your parlay or SGP, the rest of your bet can play on. That's 30 minutes of player prop protection every game all season long. Why bet somewhere that leaves you hanging when a player goes down? Protect your props with Fanatics Sportsbook, home of Fair Play. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET.
I'm McCall with Lee Summit Subaru, and it's time to make a big deal out of nothing. Lee Summit Subaru's 0% event. Get up to 0% on select 2026 Subaru models for up to 72 months. And we have the largest selection of Subaru certified vehicles in Kansas City. 0% event and a lifetime warranty. Fall in love with driving again at Lee Summit Subaru. The Subaru A Lot to Love event.
VIN number 4S4SLD L61T3038472. Based on 2025 Kansas City inventory listings.
Imagine buying your next car from one dealership.
With the support of many.
With everything you'll ever need.
When you buy from any of the Balderson Auto Group dealerships, you're getting the support from all of our dealerships.
Like our 100 service bays, collision, and detail centers.
And our free exclusive lifetime warranty. No other auto group gives you that.
From north, central, south, the Balderston Auto Group has you covered.
A family committed to
excellence, growth,
and harmony.
Go to bagkc.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The best time to recommit to your gut health goals? Right now. Take charge of your gut with Nature Made. Our clinically studied ingredients support digestive health, Digestive enzymes break down nutrients. Probiotic and prebiotic fiber nourish good gut bacteria. And Super Greens with probiotics empower daily digestive health. Try the full lineup of gut health support from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Man, that was the insurance company again.
What'd they say?
They want another statement, more paperwork. They're telling me what my car's worth. Now they want all my medical records.
Dude, why are you dealing with all that?
Call the Car Crash Kings.
One call and they deal with the insurance company for you. The calls, the paperwork, the negotiations. You just focus on getting better.
Hurt in a car wreck? Don't do it yourself. Call the Car Crash Kings. It's what we do.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely from advertisements.
While enjoying family and friends this Labor Day, be sure to open the gates with Gates Extra Hot Sauce. It's great on spinach, asparagus, broccoli, and more. Also, be sure to use Gates Hot and Spicy Seasonings on fresh fruit, vegetables, popcorn, and nuts, while enhancing your salad dressings with Gates Hot and Spicy Seasoning for that extra flavor pop. Pick these up at your local grocer, and if you don't see them, ask for them. Make Gates a part of your Labor Day. Proudly serving Kansas City for 80 years. Thanks, with love.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Northland 435 southbound, very heavy. Hit delays at 48th Street. Stays very slow down past 210 and across the bridge with an accident before front blocking the right lane. Lee Summit US 50 westbound, heavy from 291 south up to Chipman with a wreck. Kansas side 435 southbound, heavy from Holiday down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with an accident in the construction zone. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right, back at it here, 96.5 The Fan, as we roll along on a Monday, a beautiful Monday morning here in Kansas City. It is cool, crisp, and very nice outside today. So enjoy the nice weather today because it's going to get hot again. Going to get hot again. And so there you go. That's coming up. All week long, hot weather coming towards you. It was interesting. I was listening to my friend Craig Way down in Austin, Texas. And when I was living down in Texas, got an opportunity to meet Craig 30 years ago or whatever it was, voice of the Longhorns. And he talks a lot of different sports down there. And he was having a conversation about the Royal Stadium and stadiums and sports and kind of where this thing is going. And he actually had a pretty good idea that I'm going to share with you guys. And we're giving this information, this idea to the Royals for free, and I hope they steal it, because this is what he had to say about the Royals.
Couldn't the Royals then land the Hallmark Network as their channel, much like the Dodgers have with Spectrum Sportsnet or the Yankees have with the Yes Network, and have their own television network through the Hallmark channel?
How about that idea? And when you're thinking outside the box, and they're merging, obviously, with Hallmark cards, why not use that Hallmark channel as the gateway to your games? Now, it's not going to be like the TBS days back in the day because Major League Baseball doesn't allow that anymore, so not every game would be on the Hallmark channel. But with as many people that watch Christmas in July and the Christmas movies, think about all the Royal shoulder programming you could do on the Hallmark Network as well. Love stories at the ballpark. I mean, hell, my wife and I are a love story that were created by the Kansas City Royals. You could do a lot of shoulder programming, on there, put the games on for the local audience to watch on that Hallmark channel. And now you're really thinking outside the box and combining, your interest with a company you're now kind of part of, with Hallmark cards. And so why not utilize their network right there to accentuate the brand of the Kansas City Royals, both nationally and locally? It sounds like a good partnership that can work. I mean, everybody's talking about streaming and thinking outside the box. The Royals have a great opportunity here with a partner that already has a TV network. I'm mad I didn't think of that idea a long time ago. Slap the games up there.
I mean, they do have an inside source, right? Like, as he mentioned, where the stadium's going and what the information we got with the Ball family, right? They're there. I don't know. I don't really see a whole lot of baseball on the Hallmark Channel.
So you didn't see a whole lot of baseball on TBS either back in the day. You didn't see a whole lot of sports on TNT back in the day. These networks take on sports and they do stuff different. And you didn't see any sports streaming 10 years ago because we didn't have it. But why not do something different? You've got a TV network at your disposal at this point in time. Having baseball games on there, baseball love stories. I mean, I could come up with a slew of ideas for baseball love stories based on a lot of truth, obviously, too. And so there's a lot that you could do with this channel. This is what you have to do now in baseball to think outside that box, to think differently, to grow your game and to grow your brand. And you're going to a place where a lot of people hang out and a lot of people watch television. Royals promos, Royals commercials, Royals features, all that kind of stuff. You could basically have your own national network promoting the brand of the Kansas City Royals in conjunction with your new partner in Hallmark.
I'm a huge fan of it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I thought Craig had a great idea.
No, I think
down
it's
there.
a great idea. I'm also jealous that I didn't come up with
I
that
am
as
too.
well.
I'm pissed. I'm
damn
like,
it,
Craig,
what? That
damn
was
you!
right
You
in
stole
front of
a
us.
great idea from me.
Right in front of us. Yeah, when you're a team like the Royals and you're a small market team, you've got to find ways to, not loopholes, but you've got to find ways to get ahead. And this would be an edge that they could get that other teams wouldn't have access to. I think it's a great idea.
It's a network that people already have, so it's not a regional network. It's a national. Again, you couldn't do the games like the TBS days. Baseball has outlawed that now going forward, but you can still do so much with that network with so many different other programs pointing them, showing them the Royals. Like make Vinny and Bobby these characters during the Hallmark commercials. Make people fall in love with them who don't know. Make them want to subscribe and watch the Royals on the app.
I love it because of all the holiday ornaments you would get.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you could have powder blue Jack Caglione. You could have white home jersey Bobby. You could have all these sort of like, because you think about Hallmark's more than just a television channel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If you're not in the Christmas spirit yet, walk into a Hallmark store. You'll be in it in 2 seconds, right? And then our buddy Zach, loyal listener, says, foreshadowing. Hallmark symbol is a crown. So it's already like there.
I mean, you could obviously do that.
Did you ever think they'd have a Quick Trip patch on their sleeve?
No, that's the thing. Like all this stuff that people go, it's never been done that way, but nothing's been done this way. It's the wild, wild west right now in sports. And so think about you're watching all those Hallmark movies around Christmas time, and they're running Royals promos and Royals highlights in the commercial break, and maybe they're featuring some Royal stuff during those. Look at what Ted Lasso has done for the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, guys.
Oh my gosh.
It has increased
Incredible.
5,000% in attention that's been given to it since the Ted Lasso episode aired and showing everybody what that's about. Think about what the Hallmark Channel and that partnership could do for the Royals. I can't believe we're giving them this free information because this is really good stuff that they should 1,000% capitalize on because you're not just marketing to Kansas City anymore. The Chiefs, they want to be the world's team, right? Ted Lasso's out here promoting Kansas City on a national network. Well, hey, the Current, they're a national brand right now because of their. So why can't the Royals be that national brand and actually think forwardly and think differently and stop thinking about how it used to be and all that kind of stuff? Go balls to the wall, man. Take that Hallmark network over and make it Royal-centric and feature Royal stuff in your Hallmark Christmas movies and all that kind of stuff. There's such a great partnership that can be happening because of this partnership now with Hallmark. That's the way that the Royals have to look at it, and I think the way we have to look at it, too.
Yeah, I mean, I love the people that say the world is your oyster, and then you throw out an idea, and they're like, well, like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, you just said that I could do anything I could possibly put my mind to, and then I throw you an idea, and you're like, yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't like that idea because it wasn't my...
I don't even know what channel the Hallmark is. You didn't know the Royals were on 305.
That's exactly right.
Now you know. You don't even have to think about it. I mean, at least for me with
I
Spectrum.
can't find that channel.
You will quickly. And I guarantee you this, Bryce, your wife knows what channel it is.
Hell yeah, she does. Just think of the audience that you're going to get just by having commercials on the Hallmark Channel for the Royals of people who aren't baseball fans that are watching that.
Also streams on Hulu. Hallmark's on Hulu.
Yeah.
So that it could be something there as well.
Yeah, there's opportunity here. There is definite opportunity here for the Royals
Great
to do
idea.
something big.
From what I've seen the last 4 years of my life, F it. Anything's possible, man. Like,
Whatever.
I didn't know blueberries were killing people. I didn't know Hallmark could be a baseball fellowship for a team. Here we are. Why not? Everything seems to match. and then have Kaleidoscope night at the K. That's just a side note for me, but, it's all still down there as well. But, I mean, could you just imagine? Then you get all these movies, and it's, Jack and his wife are the actual characters of a Hallmark movie.
They're all making cameos in these things,
100%.
too. I mean, how many people would be tuning in if you saw, like, Salvi was making a cameo in a Christmas love story where he helps save the town from a lumber mill that wants to put up a park?
Now we got to get into our minds and think of, like, what the first plot would be of a movie. I like the lumberjack idea.
Well, I mean, that's all of their movies, right? They all go to these remote towns and they got to save the town.
No, all their movies are the same. Guy wears green cardigan, girl wears red cardigan. Girl or guy just got divorced or broke up with their long-term relationship, comes back home, sees high school friendship that was there, friend kind of relationship. Next thing you know, the end of the movie or the show is over. They're together. Life is happy.
I mean, yes, they're all a carbon copy cookie cutter storyline, right? Girl goes back, or the ones where the doctor has to go be the doctor in the town because the town doesn't have a doctor, falls in love with the woman who didn't want him there to begin with. Like they're all the same. And you could have these guys doing cameos. I mean, Salvi randomly showing up at a doctor's office in Alaska would be hysterical.
Derek, what are you doing in town? Oh, I just got signed by the Royals.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you gave up on that dream a long time
Right,
ago.
yeah.
Well, I did, but my girlfriend left me and I had nothing else. And my buddy told me I should try out for the team. So I got tryouts tomorrow.
There you go. That's a story. I mean,
better
there's
be there
so
on
many
time, buddy.
storylines you could do with this.
The hell is Jack Parkman doing in this movie? I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, look, I'm for every idea. Could you imagine the Royals made the playoffs this year and the Hallmark movie you'd get from this?
Oh, God, yeah.
Sign it up, baby. Hey, this guy loved Mac in New Orleans, and he's back calling football games. It was great to see, plus what Baker Mayfield had to say this weekend as well. On 96.5 The Fan, you're home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Alohi Gilman, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, man, Aspen goes to another level. We got home yesterday on a Sunday afternoon, and there were cookies on our front porch from Jake over at Aspen. He bakes chocolate chip cookies as well. And Jake, I got to be honest with you, I don't know what you're better at, turning front lawns that look like awful messes into beautiful front yards or baking those cookies, because you're an expert on both of those. The cookies were fantastic, but the lawn, I'll tell you, is even better because we have a beautiful front yard now when we never, ever, ever thought we would have grass that could grow in that spot. From roots to weeds to dirt to just a mess, we couldn't figure this out. And then Aspen Lawn and Pest Control came along and they got it looking awesome. And now we sit outside and enjoy our yard because we have the mosquito dome put up over the top. Keeps the mosquitoes out, the ticks out, the fleas out. It is safe for us. More importantly, safe for our dog as well. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off of your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
The summer heat can wear anybody out. But if you've been feeling drained even in the AC, it may not just be the heat. 1 in 4 men from age 35 to 50 has low testosterone or low energy levels, sex drive, motivation, mood, and more. Low T drains your energy and motivation, so you don't have energy for the things that you love and might even stop recognizing yourself anymore. So get the answers you need this summer for free. At Low T Center, you can book a free testosterone test and get a consultation from licensed providers who specialize in testosterone replacement therapy. You can explore a range of peptides and even get a jump on that summer body with GLP-1s and medical weight loss protocols. Low T Center has been the #1 name in TRT since 2009 for a reason. So why continue to wait when you don't feel like yourself? Don't spend another day wondering. Visit FixMyLowT.com to schedule your free testosterone test today. That's FixMyLowT.com.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Baseball fans, you think you know who's hitting a homer today? Well, FanDuel's giving you a free chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at Extra Winnings. You got nothing to lose and a lot to gain, and you can make a free pick every day during the MLB season. It's just another reason why FanDuel's the home for home runs. If you're ready to play your game today, join all the action at FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local to play daily dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. Swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB and 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Brought to you by Duke's Real Mayo.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about award-winning chefs. Yes, chef. And why they choose Duke's Mayo. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side, 435 southbound, bogs down before Parvin, stays very heavy all the way down to Front Street with construction. Also an accident before Front with the right lane blocked. Lee Summit, US 50 westbound, heavy from 291 south up to Chipman with a wreck. Kansas side, 435 southbound, solid from Holiday Drive down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with an accident in the construction zone. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Follow the station on Instagram for daily videos like the Royal Decree, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Would You Rather Wednesday. This is Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
That's right, Monday, rolling right along. Don't blink, don't think, because you know Friday is going to be here before we even realize it. The Chiefs will wrap up their preseason on said day. Been over 1,000 days since they've won a preseason game. You concerned, Mac? I just thought I'd ask.
I think at some point there is a conversation to be had. At some point, does that dictate or does that indicate a lack of depth on the roster? At some point, like that is a conversation that has popped in my head. Yeah, at some point you lose over almost 1,100 days now in a row that they have not won a preseason game. At some point, okay, do you not have good depth on your roster?
Well, I mean, if they made a field goal and an extra point, they win too. So
yeah,
I mean,
totally.
So.
No, yeah. I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's like because you look at Baltimore for all those years when they won in the preseason all those years, right? And they won a Super Bowl and they were a perennial playoff team. Maybe it does help.
They were a good team.
Yeah, they're very good. Every year that Harbaugh was there, they were a good team.
Good, competent team.
Right, every single year. Yep. So, yeah, I'd like to do a study on that. And also, too, how much does it change now with the 3 games? Like, you don't know what these coaches are doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it would be much better for all of us, Andy. I'm just being honest with you here. Just give us your both. Oh. If you just give us your game plan for all these preseason games so we know what you guys are trying to accomplish. That way we can check it off. All right, they went into the game trying to accomplish A, B, C, and D. Yeah, they did all those, so we're good. Like one of those things because, in baseball, they set up the preseason games of pitchers that you all know who's going to pitch before the game even starts. There's no situations and all that kind of stuff. So you're looking at guys hoping they can do their thing out there. I'd love to know kind of the MO for these preseason games of like, what are we trying to accomplish today?
Yeah, because I've, said multiple times, I think, preseason is really, for me, a way to get your kids into the game day atmosphere. Yeah. I don't think there's really any other importance when it comes to you can sit there and, discuss like what you've seen or what you've noticed, or maybe there's a level of concern, but, I think really preseason is more so like the appetizers of dinner. Mm-hmm. It's, hey, this is a little taste of what we offer. Obviously your main course is coming later. Don't get too full on it because if you do that, you're going to get so lost in the regular season if you're worried about Justin Fields as a quarterback.
Right, exactly.
That you don't need to overindulge on the blooming onion. Just take a few pieces. That was good. I've got a steak coming. I know it's going to be there. I don't need to go too hard on the appetizers. You don't need to go too hard in thinking about Justin Fields. You don't need to go too hard on thinking about T. Mercado and where he's going to position himself. Because I think Thomas, but Emmett Johnson, something like 155 yards in preseason, a touchdown, and 10 missed tackles.
Yeah.
That's more than an appetizer.
That's
but
good.
You're also not getting full on that. Does that make sense? Like, you're not going like, man, this guy's number one. No. Ken Walker is your entree.
Right.
Like, that is what's going to be there on the table. Now you can feel great to be like, well, if that dish sucks, I know I have something in the background.
Yeah.
But what we did see this weekend was,
Hey, you better producer Mac over here. Yeah, he was just scared talking to you. Yeah, maybe we'll see you on Friday, but I hope so. Yeah.
that was Gruden talking about how he knows Mac. This was Gruden back in the booth.
Just the backup. I want to reiterate that Chris Myers will be back next week, but I'm really fired up.
This is going to be one heck of a game. Chris is doing some other work for another network, but I needed a guy to sit next to me that knows football, and there's no better man that is a Ring of Honor winner, a Super Bowl champion, and the most winningest coach in Bucs history. So, John, you've had a lot of quarterbacks in your career. We get to see Baker Mayfield tonight. What do you love about this kid?
I love a quarterback that can make plays with his arm. He can beat you with his legs, his mind. But when you watch the film, Baker Mayfield can beat you with his heart, man. A couple years ago, 3rd and long, backed up late in the game. Division titles on the line. Look at him take off and sell out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is stuff you can't coach. That's the winning edge of Baker Mayfield.
This is something that Bob and I tend to do to each other that we don't even notice we're doing it until like we realize it 2 days later. I'll send him a text that I think is good, and I'll get a response that has nothing to do with said text, and then the rabbit hole begins. And I sent Bob a text on Saturday of an inside joke, and I get immediately back from Bob. I mean, before it sends, there's 3 dots. Gruden's back at the booth. And I was like, okay,
I was watching the Tampa broadcast
Right.
because I knew Gruden was going to be doing it. And I wanted to see John Gruden, and that was Rondé Barber, his co-host. And there was no play-by-play, really, during that game. Rondé tried to a little bit kind of tell you what was going on, but it was just 2 dudes talking football. And I got to be honest with you, I really liked it. I thought it was a very, very
great.
enjoyable broadcast. Did you catch some of it as well?
That's what I was watching the whole
you
time.
were watching the Gruden cast. Okay, good. So I got somebody to talk to on that. I thought I was probably the only one.
No, that's what I was watching.
I loved it. I thought it was great. He needs to be back in the booth, whatever booth that ends up being for John Gruden. But I thought it was very entertaining. And then they had Baker Mayfield on, and they're interviewing Baker, obviously about the game and football, and they're asking him about stuff, and he goes, look, man, we can't be an effective offense unless we can run the ball from under center. And I was like, what? I don't know if you caught when Baker was on. It was late in the game at that point.
Yeah, at that point,
So we were just kind of sitting around watching, and Baker said, man, like our whole offense begins and ends with being under center and being able to run the football. And I'm like, are we going back to the 1980s now in the NFL? When was the last time you heard somebody say, we got to be able to run the ball from under center effectively? The game has changed. And that's why I want Andy Reid to be proactive with Justin Fields and create stuff that nobody's seen yet, because it sure seems like the running game now, you better have a running game in the NFL or you don't stand a chance. So now what's next? What's the next turn that offenses are going to take off by doing over the next couple of years? Because you got to run.
And who's to say it's the offense's turn to make the next move? Maybe it's the defensive side to make the next move. Maybe it's like safety play.
Yeah.
Right? Like maybe it's like, everyone's like, well, is it Kyle Hamilton? Is that the one, the guy in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Maybe they see like the significance that he has, because I think the trailblazers for that position, at least when I was younger, was Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins, Bob Sanders, guys like that, where we see that Colts Super Bowl championship was at 06, 07, 07, I think, when they beat the Bears. That defense was terrible. But Bob Sanders came back, and that defense was great.
Changed the whole game.
And I don't know if that's where the athleticism goes. I don't know if that's where we start to see like the next fold. But I mean, we've seen the cornerbacks make a renaissance in that position, because what do we see before that? The wide receiver position exploded.
Right. And now the corners are locking them down. But now the defensive lines are good. So maybe the running backs take a step back now. Like, it's crazy how you're saying that. You're right, though. Like, the offense did something and the defense answered. And so,
yeah, and I remember when the Chiefs started having that explosive offense from 18 to 21, and you look at the drafts that these other teams had, Denver goes defense. Look at Denver today, right? Benito and all these guys they put on their team and drafted because they're like, look, we know we're probably not going to be able to compete with Patrick Mahomes from an offensive standpoint. That's a very humbling thing to realize. But something that they did know is that they were like, but if we can aggravate him, we can bring him down a notch. And that's what Denver has done. You look at the Chargers, their defense. Now, again, they had Justin Herbert, and they still kind of had pieces around him, but not a lot.
Yeah.
They just lost their center for the year, which is catastrophic.
I
to
mean,
that
that
whole
team,
offensive
honest
line.
to God, could you imagine being a fan if there were any? But
It's what's the Bill Murray movie? Groundhog Day.
yeah, it's Groundhog Day.
Seems like it's Groundhog Day for the Chargers every single year.
Yeah.
And that's a big spot. I mean, I know the center position isn't really one where you're like, oh, man, they lost their – come on, man. That's the one guy, the quarterback's
Center's a huge loss. Yeah.
Huge loss for them, especially when they went out and got him this past
signed him to a
offseason as well.
$30 million deal. Like, are people poo-pooing that injury to the center?
No, I think they're doing the opposite.
Okay.
I think that it's just like when the casual fans like, oh, they lost their center, big deal. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, were you a diehard Chiefs fan? Yep. What would you if Creed Humphrey was out for the entire season? Ooh,
that'd be bad. Yeah.
I mean, looks like Hunter Norzad's going to be the center for him moving forward.
I mean, they went identified this guy, paid him big money. He was one of their big free agent signings to kind of tie that whole offensive line together. That's a dangerous move right there for San Diego, not having their center. I mean, people just blitzed the new guy right over the top. And then, I mean, the Raiders, they got lucky yesterday because your guy Ricky was reporting yesterday that Genty had a torn ACL, and that wasn't the case, apparently.
Sprained ankle, he's fine.
Yeah, everybody went fear
Calm down.
on Ashton Genty because, like, saw the news and I was like, oh, man, because remember we were talking about, like, hot takes for the NFL season. I think this is Ashton Genty's here, and then that happened. Do you think we get Gruden back?
I mean,
or does he want to? I was going to say, because I know the emails that got caught in the whole Washington scandal.
So it's
and
interesting you bring that up because I don't know if you guys kind of followed a story this weekend. Like, where's Dan Snyder been? You know, people like this guy hasn't been, nobody's seen him.
He's on the same island with that Papa John's guy.
He is. Yeah, exactly. They're all together down there. But what they said was that he will resurface here soon because the Gruden trial is getting ready to start. And he will have something to add maybe to that, I guess. I don't know, with all this stuff in the NFL. So you don't think so, Mac, huh?
No.
Why?
Not for the NFL, not on a big stage. Maybe like a team like Tampa Bay or someone, but no, the NFL is not going to allow that to happen.
You don't think so?
No.
We've allowed a lot. I mean, like they're allowing Deshaun Watson to play, and
yeah, that's different. Much different.
How?
Because it's talking about the owners, man. He was getting in the way of ownership. This was their fall guy. They can't go back.
That's a good point. The fall guy makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's look at all these.
He's the distraction why other things are going on.
He was the biggest distraction why everything could go on. No, if you bring him back, all of a sudden, then we're like, oh, okay, he's back, and let's actually keep looking into this. Now he's never coming back.
Yeah, we saw that right away when Dan Snyder, the owner of the Washington football team, was going through all this scrutiny, and all of a sudden some intern who was told to look through thousands and thousands of email documents found that John Gruden was like, hey, check this out. And it's like, seal it, throw it out there, send it to the release. Gruden, see ya.
Yeah, it's never been about the talent. He was the best color commentator in the game.
Yeah,
it was never about that.
Of course, it's never been about that. But usually, you see people forgive and forget, and people move on and get other opportunities. I mean, the guy from the Castellanos call is back doing stuff now. So, I mean, everybody, local stuff. You're right.
Like I said, Tampa Bay. Yeah, sure, maybe. Yeah, he's in Cincinnati. Yeah.
Coming up on the other side, it's our local guy, Josh Verner, your voice for the Royals pre- and post-game show here on 96.5 The Fan. Vern joins us next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Ken Walker III, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, call us. Let's go. Let's feel better together, right? Because when your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like that's the only option. But remember, do your homework, because once a joint's replaced, there's no going back. So before you schedule surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Kansas City. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. And the whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. So don't just accept surgery is your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation are totally free. So call them at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here with Rob Seid at Rob Seid Ford. Bob, I smell a grill. What's cooking?
Kevin, the grills are fired up, and so are the deals. Right now at Rob Seid Ford, it's the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event with the best deals we've had in the past 12 months.
Now that's saying something. What are we talking?
Employee pricing on virtually every new Ford on our lot, plus even more dealer discounts on top.
So how hot do these deals get?
Up to $17,500 off brand new F-150s at Rob Seid Ford, plus huge savings on Expedition, Explorer, Bronco Sport, Bronco, and more.
Wow, that's 5 alarm hot.
Exactly, and unlike Kevin's Burgers, these deals are coming out juicy.
All right, I walked into that one.
Shop Rob Seid Ford, Kansas City's top-rated Ford store on Google. 4.8 stars and nearly 3,500 reviews.
Rob Seid Ford, 135th and State Line, or robseid.com.
Buy right, Rob Seid.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium Frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This is Danon Hughes. In Kansas City football, we honor tradition, but we always look forward to what's next. That's why I'm all in for Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, clean, and full of flavor, just the way a light beer should be. It's got the legacy and the stats to back it up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Danon Hughes. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Danon Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Jaden Hicks, and the best man player on the team is me, of course.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side, 435 southbound bogs down before Parvin. Stays heavy to the bridge. Construction, but also an earlier accident that's finally cleared before Front Street. Grandview, 49 northbound with an accident past 140th. Heavy delays beyond Missouri 150 and building. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Long-time listener and supporter of you because you tell it like it is.
Here's our Royals insider, Josh Vernier.
Well, if there's ever going to be a man to tell me to calm down, it's going to be this one that joins us now. It is Josh Vernier, who joins us every Monday at 8:20 to talk nothing but the Kansas City Royals. But I have to put myself aside because, Vern, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but Bob and his friend have a great idea of what's next for the Royals. Bob, would you like to enlighten Vern on that?
My friend Craig Way down in Texas had this idea about the Royals. Matt, can you play the audio for Vern to hear?
I can get it if he's. This is going great. Hopefully Vern's still there.
Couldn't the Royals then land the Hallmark Network as their channel, much like the Dodgers have with Spectrum Sportsnet or the Yankees have with the Yes Network, and have their own television network through the Hallmark channel?
Yeah. Now, I love that idea. I know you can't do the games on there, and there's rules for that, to get rid of that TBS, WGN Superstation thing that we had growing up as a kid where you could watch every Braves game and Cubs game that you wanted to watch. But if you turn that Hallmark channel into a channel that had shoulder programming for the Royals, movies based on the Royals, branding with the Royals on there, you've got a partner now that has their own TV network. Let's start looking into utilizing that. What do you think?
I mean, I like the idea at first because, 24/7 station dedicated to the Kansas City Royals. I'm all about it.
No, I wouldn't do the whole 24/7. I'd still run. I'd still run the
because I was
going to
say I might be the only. It's like me and a dozen other people.
Right. No. I'd still run all the Hallmark movies, but have like Royals stuff in the background.
Well, my mom would be through the roof.
Cameos by Royals players.
And Hallmark. Oh my God.
Right, Royals connected to Hallmark and have that connection there, and shoulder programming that you can have throughout the off season and the Royals holiday movies. You could do movies based off love stories that happened at Kauffman Stadium. Again, my wife and I. I mean, how many of us are married because of that baseball team? So incorporate the two and utilize what you have right here.
Yeah, I'm certainly not opposed to it. Anything that helps bring in money to rebuild this pitching staff, I'm all for.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to throw the Royals logo before the latest, I can't pull that lady's name now, the mom from Family Ties that's in all those
Meredith
Hallmark
Baxter
movies.
Burney?
Thank you. Yes. Isn't she in all those Hallmark
I don't know.
movies?
I thought maybe, look, to be honest with you, I thought yesterday Shelley Fabre died, and I told my wife, I go, yeah, we lost her years ago. She goes, no, she just died today. I'm like, I think we lost her years ago.
Yeah,
no, she's
I'm glad
today.
that she was able to persevere.
Yeah. So I don't know if Meredith Baxter, to your point, I have no idea if she's still alive.
The only thing I'll say is with and where the entertainment landscape is headed in this country, a cable TV station seems to be less and less impactful. I'm just looking across the parking lot and the great job that the Chiefs do with their Hard Knock show that they put out on their own YouTube channel. I mean, that's just as good as anything you're going to find on HBO's Hard Knocks.
Yep.
So honestly, what you guys are broadcasting on right now as well, YouTube, man, that's you don't need to share anything anymore. I mean, the Royals could keep that all and have their own station, but
right.
Baseball, I guess it's difficult to really corner the market on entertainment or to bring the fans along over the course of the regular season. I don't know why that hasn't happened yet. We had the Red Sox Netflix documentary last year. I don't know why we don't have, even if it's in-house, even if it's the team putting out propaganda like the Chiefs do, I don't know why we don't follow these guys day in and day out, because that's the beauty of Major League Baseball is that you form those relationships so long as you can watch the games on a daily basis. a Hard Knocks for Major League Baseball, a Hard Knocks with the Royals as you hang out with Nick Lofton for the day. I know it's a lot of money and a lot of production, but why not build up that brand somehow? And if the Hallmark Channel's the way to go, I'm all for it.
And then you get the international reach, too, with the Hallmark Channel. You have your royal stuff planted in every movie that's going on. Like I said, cameos from these guys that they can make throughout the offseason or next year when there's no baseball. All that kind of stuff. There's ways to market the team. And as Dusty continues to bring up, and he's right, the Chiefs say they want to be the world's team. And if a Kansas City team in football could say, we want to be the world's team, hey, the baseball team, dream big as well, man. And you get in bed with Hallmark and you have your stuff and your brand and your people starting to show up on that channel. Think about all the new fans you could potentially go out there and get.
And think about all the great cameos.
Yep.
Billy Butler showing up in a Hallmark movie.
Oh, he'd be great. Yes.
Mark Gritzolonic.
Shirtless.
There's just so many options.
Billy's kind of living a Hallmark movie, though, right now, like going back to the hometown and coaching the softball team. It's written for you.
Salvi could have one.
Yep.
Salvi would end up being a star on this Hallmark channel. Yeah, I think we're getting it slowly figured out. Just got to run that up the flagpole there, Bob.
I know. Well, that's what we're doing right now, Vern.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Vern, you could have one.
Yeah.
Well, once I committed to shaving the head, even though the hair was once you lose that hair, boy, TV's an uphill battle. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, but you look really good in the hat and glasses.
Thank you.
Could you imagine the Hallmark movie if they somehow did the impossible?
Stop.
Okay. I knew you were going to be here because you know who I am and you know what I think about in this crazy brain of mine. But what in the world is going on, Vern?
Well, I think there's 4 different things that you can point to explain this 8-game winning streak. Number 1, it's always pitching. Michael Wacha, Noah Cameron, what these guys have done, they've single-handedly accounted for half of these wins. Those two combined are 4-0 with an ERA of 1.73. Pitching's always a big reason. Health, right? You have Izzy back in center field. You have Vinny Pasquantino. Not just Vinny being back, but classic Vinny, the undeniable Vinny. 7 games since coming back from the injured list. He hasn't struck out one time. That's the Vinny that we fell in love with. So, health, pitching, but we also have to acknowledge that of these 8 wins, 5 of them came against 2 of the worst, 2 teams that are actually worse than you, right? Mm-hmm. The Angels and the A's and that bullpen that was brutal baseball. Now, I'll give the Royals credit. Their series against Detroit, that was impressive, but what you did against the Angels, what you did against the A's, I'm not buying too much into that. And then the final aspect of why they've won 8 in a row is because there's absolutely no pressure.
Right.
Carter Jensen said as much to me when he was nice enough to call us up on the postgame show on Friday. He said, we know where we're at. We've accepted it, but we're playing carefree because we know we have nothing to lose. And yeah, that's great, other than the fact that you have nothing to lose, that you're on pace to lose 91 games this season. So, there are positives, of course. It's winning 8 in a row at the big league level is always worthy of praise and giving credit. A sweep of a quality team like Detroit, even though, they're going through it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys can dole out, what percentage is health, is pitching, is opponent, is the fact that they play with no pressure. Personally, I'd say about 75% of the reason why they're having this winning streak right now is because they're playing the dregs of the American League and because they have absolutely no pressure on them.
Yep, and then,
so that's not the best, that's not the best reflection of where they're at.
Right, and that's kind of, I'm with you, Vern. I was telling these guys, I said, I'm older now, so I have more cynical friends than the younger generations, and all my texts from my friends over the weekend and conversations that I had with friends over the weekend were like, screw these guys, man. Like, why are you, it is frustrating, and I don't blame people for like, screw these guys. Like, where were you when it mattered most? And now it doesn't matter, and Vern, you sharing that Carter Jensen story, quite honestly, ticks me off more than anything because, you're playing free and clear now. Well, where the hell was this all season long,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no question. And honestly, I think you can exclude Carter from, wagging your finger.
Sure,
right?
Yeah.
Right, and I know you would agree with that. But Vinny, Bobby, Salvi, Michael, the guys that you were relying on early, that when the pressure was there in April and May, were gripping the bat way too tight, trying to Cole Reagans, Chris Bubich, a lot of guys let you down early in the season. Yeah. No, I certainly find it frustrating, and that's why on my on-deck show, on my post-game show, you don't hear me talking much about wins and losses because I'm sorry, it just doesn't matter right now. To me, what matters is trying to put together a pitching staff for 2027, and that's why what we're seeing from Steven Cruz, what we're seeing from Nate Pearson, Connor Thomas, it's encouraging because as you look ahead and as we've talked about for the past few weeks, there's 2 open spots in this rotation, and to me, when I look at the bullpen next year, there's only 2 spots secured. Daniel Lynch and Steven Cruz. So we have 6 spots wide open in the bullpen, 2 spots wide open in the rotation, and then basically the exact same thing down in Omaha. So the baseball nerd that I am, that you guys are, I can still find intrigue, and I can still be interested in watching what Daniel Lynch can do. Can he prove to be anything more than just a quality lefty out of your bullpen? I'm encouraged with, like I mentioned, the big right-hander with real swing and miss stuff, Steven Cruz and Nate Pearson. So, yeah, I understand the wins and the losses and people getting all excited about the Royals and wherever they are in the standings. Go ahead and dismiss that. But there will be baseball again. There will be another edition of the Kansas City Royals, and I choose to be excited about them and hopefully watch some of the pieces of the next Royals team start to come together down the stretch here.
So basically, we should just be excited for them to continue to produce. You mentioned Vinny Pasquantino looking good since he came back. We want him to keep looking good so you can package him in a trade to acquire some said bullpen arms?
Well, if I trade Vinny, I don't want a bullpen arm. If I'm going to trade Vinny, I better get a number 1, number 2. And I'm not saying Vinny alone garners you a number 1 or number 2 in your rotation. You would likely need to throw in a prospect or 2, and I'd be all for that. But no, I'm not sitting here rooting for Vinny to perform well only so they can trade him. No, I'm not opposed to bringing Vinny Pasquantino back next season. I mean, honestly, you look at the 13 position players on this team, I think you could go ahead and lay your bet down that 10 or 11 of these guys are going to be a part of the team again next season. No, I mean, could Vinny, Blake Mitchell, really any of those prospects, could they bring you back something of note this offseason? Certainly, sure. But, I like Vinny, the ball player. I have no issue with him being on the team next season. But, if he can rebuild his stock and get it as high as it was just a year ago, it makes J.J. Piccolo's job certainly a lot easier. Vinny batting .385 in those 7 games since returning.
Vern, real quick, some breaking news coming in. Houston Astros in first place, but yet under 500 are moving on from their general manager. Are you surprised about that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're 65 and 66, tied for first with the Rangers.
Yeah, well, that AL West is a mess.
Yeah.
No, I don't really know their drafts. I can't really break that down. I mean, I do find it. The guy's not allowed to pay anybody,
right?
They let everybody go. And speaking of, if I'm J.J. Piccolo, I'll lob a phone call and say, hey, I know that Hunter Brown has 2 years of team control. What do you want for him? I would love Hunter Brown, just like we talked last week. Angels lefty Reed Detmers, 2 years of team control. I would like that as well. Dana Brown, is that?
Yeah, that's the guy's name. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
He's been there for a while. I believe he was a part of the championship team. So, yeah, that certainly is surprising. But it seems to me as if ownership has handcuffed him for quite a while. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with Yordan Alvarez. That might be a guy that they refuse to pay, even though he's the best hitter since Aaron Judge and Miguel Cabrera. Yeah, that's surprising.
So I want to bring up more of this bullpen and rotation next year because I've got a wild thought, Vern. Maybe I'm ignorant to this topic, but addition by subtraction, you subtract a starting pitcher that's currently on your roster and add it to the bullpen, and that is Cole Reagans.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Reagans, Avila, Kolek will all be out of the bullpen when they return. And, if you're looking for a reason to not be completely crestfallen by the pending lockout, if we miss April and May, We talked last week about how I don't know how bummed out the owners will be because they're still going to get their money in October. A lot of people aren't showing up to these games in April and May anyway. That could benefit the Royals in that you don't have to scrounge for pitching waiting for Avila, Kolek, and Reagans to return in June and July, right? If the season starts on June 1st, man, that lops off 40, 50 games where you don't have any of those options out of the bullpen. So you could, if you're looking for a reason to say that the lockout could work in the Royals' favor, I think that would be one. You would get 3 bona fide studs for your bullpen, real swing and miss stuff. And yeah, I think all 3 of them return in the bullpen, stay in the bullpen next season. And, Reagans, it might be bullpen for the rest of his career. Avila and Kolek, Avila, well, you know what, let's just see how they respond from that Tommy John surgery. But I think Avila's young enough that you might give him another run in the rotation. Kolek, like Reagans, might be stuck in the bullpen for the rest of his time.
Vern, you mentioned the lockout, and that's obviously on something that's on everybody's mind with this. Is there anything new within the last week that's maybe leaning you one way or the other about what we can expect? Is it getting uglier? Is it getting better? What is the latest that you're hearing on that? Oh, no. I honestly, I don't have much interest in it. It's happening. I mean, it's happening on December 1st. Right. We're not going to start spring training on time. We've seen this plenty. And you like to think that cooler heads will prevail and we'll have a 2027 season. I certainly hope so, because if not, you're going to catch me panhandling outside of Kauffman Stadium real soon. So that's not a great location for it. Go where more people are.
No, there's plenty. They're at all 4 exits.
No, you're saying you're going to do it when the games are going on now. I got you.
I got to start. I got to put some money away.
You're right. I was thinking during the lockout, you're out there. I'm like, there ain't going to be nobody out there, man.
No, I've made friends with all those people.
Good. Perfect.
Me.
Vern, when you look at the young kids in the minor league system, Blake Mitchell, obviously the 2 pitchers out there, is there projection next year, or are we still 2 years away from that?
Yeah, the David Shields, 19. I wouldn't expect him to get to the big leagues until he's at least 21. Same with Kendry Churio, who's 18. Blake Mitchell's stuck in A-ball, still striking out way too much. Leads the league in strikeouts, also leads the league in walks, and is top 3 in home runs. So he's a 3 true outcome monster while playing a pretty good catcher. I'd move any of them. If it's going to help you rebuild this pitching staff in 2027, I'll move Churio, I'll move Shields, because what's the likelihood? It'd be great if they all worked out and they all became studs. But what's more likely? They blow out their elbow or they become a Pedro Martinez? I think the odds are that they blow their elbow out before they get 3 years of big league service time under their belt. So, no, I'm not expecting any of them in the big leagues next season. Again, Blake Mitchell hasn't even made it to Double-A just yet. So maybe 2028 for Blake Mitchell. One of those teenagers maybe flashes at the end of the 2028 season and vies for a spot in the rotation coming up in 2029. So even though that's not that far away, those years sound made up.
Yeah, they do, don't they? I mean,
2029.
I know, and we're like right there. But it's like we just continue to push the can down the road, So that's why I ask about the lockout, to see, how that could potentially impact what they're going to do to try to rebuild this pitching staff. Because with a lockout, it seems like it's going to be like a quick, rapid November pause, and then regroup when. So they have essentially 30 days to try to rebuild this pitching staff, right?
Yeah, and they need to do basically what they did in 2024 when they pounced quickly, right? They went out and they brought in Lugo and Waka. They knew who they wanted. They made fair offers, right? Fair market offers, and they brought them both in. That's what they need to do. The moment that World Series ends, you would like to think that within a week, one of those contracts is already locked up, and there are plenty of interesting names out there. I mean, shoot, half of the Chicago Cubs rotation is a pending free agent, and whether it's the lefty Matthew Boyd or Shota Imanaga, I think if you could get one of those guys on a 2-year deal at Kauffman Stadium with this defense, I think I'd be for that. I think you could get one arm via free agency, one arm via a trade. I mentioned Hunter Brown. I mentioned Reed Detmers. You put those two guys in this rotation, I can make a case that they're just as good, if not better. They're certainly younger than Michael Wacha. Those two with Wacha, Lugo, Noah Cameron, who apparently is now one of the best lefties in the sport, that could work. That could at least allow me on opening day to feel like this is a pitching staff that can contend in the American League Central.
7.5 out with an off day today, Vern. So you know where I'll be, locked in everything else that rhymes with it. So we love you. We'll talk to you next Monday, Vern.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, that's Josh Vern, our Royals Insider here on 96.5 The Fan. On the other side, we talk Chiefs and backups here on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Saquon Thornton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending want to help save you money, and they've been doing that for us over the last decade because right now things are rough out there, guys. We know what it's about, right? High-interest credit card balances, they're out there. Higher grocery bills, they're out there. And how about everyday expenses? They just keep going up, 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 and it keeps you up at night. Well, maybe you're paying those bills every month, but you still can't seem to get ahead. You make the minimum payments, but because of the high interest, those balances barely move, and they just keep growing. You may have built-in equity in your home that could help. A simple refinance from Golden Oak Lending may allow you to use that equity to consolidate high-interest credit cards and other bills into one manageable monthly payment, which will give you the much-needed breathing room you've been looking for. So what I want you to do is start with a free mortgage checkup. It's going to be the best phone call that you make. You're going to talk to Golden Oak Lending about your financial situation, and you're going to tell them where you are and where you want to go. Then they're going to find a mortgage that works for you. So give them a call and set that up today. 913-890-GOLD or visit them at goldenoaklending.com. Golden Oak Lending, MLS 114937.
Hey, the summer's rolling along, and that means the heat's going to stay there, which means you need to cool down with a Surfside. You know what I'm talking about. You go out to the K, you're watching the game, zero bubbles, zero troubles in your hand with a Surfside. Grab a delicious Surfside today. It's only 100 calories, and the best part is zero bubbles. That means there's zero troubles. So it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game or hanging at the tailgate. Also, ask for Surfsides at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones. Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender. Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Jornavix suzetrigine begins. Jornavix is a non-opioid 50-milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Jornavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jornavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Jornavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit jornavix.com.
Recently, our company's softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win. Like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later.
Sound familiar, Dale?
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
You know your age, your weight, your income, and probably even the mileage on your car. But what's your testosterone level, and is that level normal for your age? If you don't know the answer, Low T Center can help, and we'll do it for free. Come take a free testosterone test and find out if Low T Center can help invigorate your life like it has for thousands of other men in Kansas City. Go to fixmylowt.com and book an appointment today. That's fixmylowt.com for your free T-test today.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Steve here with Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. We have our sump pump special going. $200 off a main pump, $400 off a battery backup system. Call Connolly at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com.
This report is brought to you by Go Car Wash. It's your time to go shine.
For a limited time at Go Car Wash, mention radio and get any wash for just $5. Yep, any wash. That's up to 80% off our best wash. Visit Go Car Wash today. It's your time to go shine.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side, Grandview 49 northbound with an accident past 140th. Very heavy traffic coming up from 155th Street. Blue Parkway westbound, heavy approaching Noland. And on the Kansas side, 635 southbound, so from Gibbs to 35. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Mac, I've got a really good idea for finishing in last place on your fantasy football league. You got a karaoke Comeback King by Corey Feldman.
That's better than a lot of what these other guys are doing. I see some of these fantasy football punishments, and they're brutal.
Yeah, they're pretty ridiculous.
It doesn't take long to jump the shark in certain things in today's world, and we've officially done it. I thought the best one we saw for a long time was the guy at Kauffman Stadium with the sign that says, I finished last in my fantasy football league.
Funny. That's fun.
That's great.
The Waffle House for 24 hours, don't mind
Fantastic.
that. But some of the stuff that they're making people do now, and I saw one over the weekend, I'm like, you know what? I'd be out of that league. I forget what it was, but it was like ruthless type stuff.
Yeah, we don't have one. We don't have a punishment.
Yeah, why? I mean,
I think the one that I saw that a group that's older than me, the guy had to wear like a toilet lid that just said, I'm ass, just like what sits on this in fantasy football. That was it. It wasn't like a used toilet seat. He just went to like Home Depot and got one and wore it around his neck at like the bars. It wasn't like he had to go. Now, the caterpillar one, that was funny and clever.
No, that's clever. Yeah,
Like,
that's a good one. Yeah.
You got to eat but it's all fruit and like, bread. So now you're, having to go and, because what the Waffle House one is, you can erase an hour every waffle
you eat. Yeah.
What's your over under? Because I would just make friends with everyone that came in for like the first 8 hours. And then I'd be like, all right, let's crush about 4 waffles, which is more than you would think. They're huge.
No, they're
I
big at
know.
Waffle
That's what I'm
House,
saying.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I'd eat one and pause for a while, then maybe have another one,
Because really, you think about it, you could probably do 12 throughout a 20. Like, you think 12.
You do one every other hour. Yeah. But then you're at 24 hours.
That's
so,
true.
So, like.
Yeah, then there's no point.
Yeah.
Because some people are going to go in there and just try to scarf down like 5 waffles immediately, but then it's like, what are you going to do for the next 17?
Yeah, and then you're sitting there. So you got to kind of space them, but then you get to the point where you spaced them. Now, is it worth it anymore?
I'm crushing 4 as soon as they get in, and then waiting 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll crush another 2 or 3, and then that's probably all I'm going to be able to get.
That's a lot.
I mean,
yeah.
it's 7
You're allowed,
waffles.
I would assume, to use the bathroom, right?
Yeah, you can get up. Yeah, you just got to stay in the Waffle House. Yeah, you can get up.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just saw one the other day, and I'm like, all right, this is enough with this. Like, humiliating people in public and stuff like that.
It's too much.
Somebody said they saw one where one guy had to play 18 holes with an imaginary ball and couldn't tell the random others why he was doing it.
That's actually funny.
That's pretty solid.
That's good.
Hilarious.
That's funny.
Because like halfway through, I'd be like, dude, what is going on here? but also I'm here for this. But speaking of football, it's not a fantasy, it's a reality. Can we talk about the backup quarterback situation? We all think it's going to be Nussmeier, or do we think on the depth chart it will say Justin Fields?
Oh, I think on the depth chart it'll probably say Justin Fields, but I think we can see with our eyes that Garrett Nussmeier was a really good, smart pick for the Kansas City Chiefs when they drafted him because A, he's good, B, he's your backup for the next 4 years, and C, you got him on the cheap. And so for all of that, you've got a backup quarterback, as we've said since the day he was drafted, why they did that. Now you've got a backup quarterback that you're potentially going to have for the next 4 years for the price that you're going to pay a guy like Justin Fields for 1 year to come into Kansas City. So it's a great fiscal decision that will allow them to allocate funds towards wide receivers, running backs, other places like that. That's why you have to factor all this in. People are like, I can't believe they drafted a quarterback. Yeah, but to save money for the next 4 years at the backup quarterback position so they can use that money to spend on other positions is a brilliant financial move by the Kansas City Chiefs. And he's a good football player right now. I see a guy that can play the sport at quarterback with Nussmeier, and then I see Justin Fields, and I'm like, okay. Just have him on the field as an athlete. Let's go, man. Create, stuff where nobody's expecting him to throw. Mahomes maybe flips it out, that he throws it down the field or something like that. Like, there's got to be better ways to utilize your roster.
Make him our Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Make him the Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Be creative. He's so athletic. Only 3 quarterbacks in history have rushed for 1,000 yards in a season. He's one of them. It's because he's a beast athlete. So
right. You got to get him on the field somehow, some way. Yeah.
He'll be the QB2 on the depth chart, but if something unfortunate were to happen to 15 and they actually needed to throw the ball more than 10 times in a game, which was what you'd do if you needed another quarterback, I think they'd put Nuss in.
What's sticking out from Nussmeier to you guys? Because to me, it seems like the poise is there. Like when they challenged that catch and he was looking over at the bench and kind of like knew where he knew that was a catch in week 1 of the preseason. To me, that was something that had like a veteran presence too. And I know it's not hard to be out there and play the game. Like, nah, I'm right here. I saw it. But like, his interactions with the sideline, his sort of like know-it-all of like the game and being like, no, man, he caught that ball, challenged that, Andy. Like, that's a rookie telling Mr. Reed, hey, throw that effing red flag. I know what I saw. I know what we have.
That's right.
And Andy, here.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've dove into when it comes to preseason football is how coaches throw the challenge flag.
Yeah.
Andy's so polite.
Andy's always been just kind of just throw it out there.
Hey, Greg, come here. Challenge.
Yeah.
Whereas other guys.
Yeah, like Sean Payton's throwing it into the stands.
Vrabel.
Yeah, Vrabel
launching it.
McVay's launching it.
Yeah.
Like all these guys, I'm like, man, it's really insecure when you have to throw it that way.
It really is. But look at the difference, though. You've got Andy Reid, who's 68 years old, very comfortable in himself, doesn't care about anything. And then you got the young guys still trying to make a name. They're whipping that flag around. And he's like, there you go.
Like, would you rather have Ty Simpson or Nussmeier right now?
Ty Simpson has made some of the best throws I've seen just in general.
Yeah,
oh, my God.
He's been fantastic.
Wow. And Arrowhead's a high school field.
Yeah. No, he didn't say
college.
that. No, he
college
said it's a
field.
college atmosphere.
Yeah.
I don't know why people, you got to read the comments.
That was
he's 100% true.
Yeah, that was a compliment to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. People are losing their minds because they don't read and they don't follow.
Bring that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he said it was a college atmosphere. SoFi's a pro atmosphere. Yeah, pro atmospheres are sterile.
Yeah, boring.
College atmospheres, that was a great compliment. But no, he's decent. Maybe you're seeing why they took him where they did, right?
I know.
You're starting to kind of see a little bit of like, okay, maybe they know what they're doing out there.
But if you take value into that question, then I'd rather have Nussmeier because 7th round pick. I mean, he looks far ahead. In this draft, I don't know how he went in the 7th round. I know he looked like ass in college. I get it, but man.
Yeah.
And I know that this makes us sound like armchair Monday morning quarterbacks, but like, we all watch football and a lot of football, probably some unhealthy amounts of football, right?
Yeah.
We're watching preseason to the third quarter. I don't know about you guys, but there's certain athletes that when you watch them play the sport, you're like, you know what, that guy
just got it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, that guy gets it. Or like you've done radio with people before, and you're like, that guy's got a potential to do it. He can carry a conversation. The content that he creates is entertaining to me. I can piggyback off that. Like Bob's really good at like stopping and pausing and be like, it's a really good comment by you, or that's a really good, interesting way to do that. That's Bob's brain being like, okay, that's somebody that knows what they're kind of into this path of doing. Whereas like I watched Nussmeier play football and I'm like, his release is clean, his vision down the field, he's not looking down, he's not looking to run.
Yes.
He's kind of just, and again, we can go back and
you see why I value the eye test so much now, because you're watching this guy and it just looks like he can play.
And there is a little bit of pressure there. Like he's competing for a position on a depth chart,
Andy's competing for a future in a league that can be over in 3 years. If you can show that you can be competent enough and knowledgeable enough with this, whatever this playbook is, it's always hopefully one day explained from Andy Reid's mouth to the general public to be like, why is your playbook so hard to understand? We've never gotten that answer. We know that it's long, it's in depth, there's a lot of pieces, but we never got the words from his mouth. And to see Nussmeier go out there, know for a fact you're not ever going to start. But to have the knowledge to be like, you know what, if I can prove myself, I can have this man, Andy Reid, trust me with the Duke. I think that's huge.
This is graduate school for Garrett Nussmeier. Now, he could go back to college if he wants, apparently. That's allowed.
His master's now.
Yeah, but he's getting his master's now, and he's studying under Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Okay, years and years and years ago, there were teachers. I'm sure maybe there's still teachers today. Hell, I did it when I went to KU. I wanted to go learn with Tom Hedrick, who was one of the great sports broadcasting professors of our time. So I came out to KU, and I worked with one of the greatest of all time to have ever done the profession and then to teach the profession. Now Garrett Nussmeier, he didn't choose to come here, but he got accepted into the Kansas City Quarterback Academy. And the professor and the dean is Andy Reid, and his top pupil is Patrick Mahomes. And oh, by the way, visiting Professor Alex Smith will come in every once in a while and help you learn. So Garrett Nussmeier right now is going to graduate school at the quarterback position, and he has the best quarterback coach, the two best mentors that you could look up to in Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith when he shows up. If you're Garrett Nussmeier, you're happier than a pig in slop right about now. You could not have gone to a better situation. And his dad, a coach, obviously in the NFL and has been around the block in college too, he's got to feel great that his son is in a situation, and they can tell Garrett Nussmeier, you go out there and ball, man. Hey, we got Kevin Cobb to go to be a starting quarterback in Arizona. You come here and you learn and you soak up this information and you become a sponge. Garrett Nussmeier is going to have a career in this league, and he may end up playing more than a decade because he's just doing what he's supposed to do, and he's really good at it right now.
We'll get back into what we saw this weekend when it comes to a few things that we had questions about moving forward. Plus, Mac has a question for you, and it's a scale, 1 to 10. Where are you at here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports?
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jaden Candy, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are saying, hey, come join us. Come be our partner. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for partners to come and join their operation because their mission is to build strong partnerships between members, business partners, customers, and community. And there's zero cost to become a partner contractor with Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. And you got to do it, guys. If you're an architectural sheet metal contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. And when you partner with us, you're connecting to elite craftsmanship. Our members install metal roofing, siding, decorative features on our region's most landmark buildings, like the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and that iconic crown at Kauffman Stadium. Plus, they'll provide the manpower specifically for the architectural sheet metal community. And that allows you now the freedom to go out there and bid on every single job possible and to make more money. There's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how to grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
When it comes to my policy, Farmers gives it to me straight, so there's no surprises.
It's your coverage. You should never be confused.
You hear that? An insurance provider with a conscience.
We're a choir, but yes, we have that too.
Straightforward coverage you can literally understand. That's what you get when
you have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options treatments for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Fan Cash Fridays are here. Listen every Friday for your chance to win $100 in Fan Cash from Fanatics Sportsbook. Use Fan Cash to unlock unlimited profit boosts, exclusive merch, collectibles, and more. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 plus. See full rules on 96.5 The Fan contest page.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500.
Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Grandview 49 northbound with the accident past 140th Street, left lane blocked. Heavy traffic back to about 155th Street. And then checking out 435 westbound, still rolling before Warnell, stays sluggish to the state line with an accident on the right shoulder. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Futures Week starts August 31st with everyone's NFL predictions. This is Kansas City's FM sports station. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Breaking news in the NFL world. Source from Ian Rappaport. The Browns are naming Deshaun Watson as their starting quarterback for week 1. The favorite going into camp. Now the starter officially. Boy. Wow. Part of the thought process comes from Ari Meroff. Part of the thought process behind naming Watson. The Browns starters, they opened the season with 2 road games at Jacksonville, at Tampa Bay before returning home in week 3. That would give Watson.
Okay. Every time? Yeah, we can't do that.
You tell me what to do, man. That would give Watson 2 games to prove himself away from the fan base. If he struggles, Shedeur Sanders could take over in front of the home crowd after the boos Watson received Saturday.
Well, look, I got to be honest. This solid. It's a good take.
That makes sense.
Really good take.
Yeah.
I wish he was like that was what was going on. You know, I wish that was like if the coach got out there and said, look, we're going to start him for the first 2 games away from you people to see what he can do out here. And if he goes good and we're 2-0, then you'll cheer him when we get home. But look, this is why the Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns, right? Some teams are who they are because they just have a stank about them. And the Cleveland Browns are the stankiest stank that's out there in the NFL. And they will always be a stanky football team no matter who owns them, no matter who plays for them, and no matter what stadium that they're playing their games in. They are a complete and utter joke. You are putting a man out there under center who was booed by his home fans. And yeah, I get it. Those 2 games are on the road, and that's a lot of sense. You've also got now 20 days until that first game. What do you think the 2 radio stations in Cleveland are going to be talking about for the next 3 weeks with open phone lines, basically with everybody trashing this guy right now? Cleveland radio is going to be a very interesting listen on the Odyssey app to find out what they're saying and what's going on with this decision, because I can't imagine that there's anybody in the fan base right now that's happy about this decision to make Deshaun Watson the starting quarterback. This really is a slap in the face to the fans. And I know you're not supposed to make the decisions that fans want because you'll be a fan, they always say, if you do that. But you've got to give your fans a reason to watch your team play, and Deshaun Watson does not give your fans that reason.
Watson, yes! We're really going to do it every time. So many questions are going off in my head having this topic about Cleveland. First one is, would you trade Nussmeier for Jerry Jeudy?
Well, yeah.
You
in
would,
a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat?
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
27 years old, wide receiver. I think he's good. I think he's in a horrible situation, and I think that he would be exceptional in this offense.
Yeah.
Because the smartness in my head tells me you would get more usage out of Jeudy than you would obviously get out of Nussmeier. But also, maybe so would Cleveland. And you're going to have – I don't know if he would get that sort of trade. I know Jerry Jeudy is, still, prominent as like one of those Alabama wide receivers that has a lot of promise, and again, only 27 years old.
Yeah, he'd be trading for 1 year. That's the only thing.
Yeah, let me ask you this:
contracts, he got it out this year.
And if you're the Cleveland Browns, why even make that trade? Just if you're going to do something like that, don't they have that guy from like Akron on their team? Who's their third quarterback?
Dylan Gabriel, who they drafted above Shedeur Sanders.
Who they drafted, so he's on that team as well. I can't remember where the hell he's from. Yeah. Didn't he go to Akron at one point or something?
Maybe before that, yeah.
I mean, I feel like
a great pull.
He might go back to college.
He's already been in the league a couple of years. I mean, come on.
I was UCF.
UCF?
Was I wrong on Oregon? Yeah, Oregon is last year. UCF, Oklahoma, Oregon.
Okay, so you can only go back to college if you go to training.
What a hell of a college life!
Yeah, it's lit.
You went to Central Florida. You went to Oklahoma. You went to Oregon. That's pretty solid.
So he's got some experience. So that's your guy right there. I mean, if you're going to trade for Nussmeier, you already got Nussmeier on your roster at this point in time. Just use that guy and then not give up your wide receiver. But like, it's just I don't even know that there's a comp to this, guys. Like usually in sports we have seen it happen before, and you can go make a comp, or you can say, oh, it's similar to this. I don't recall ever seeing a situation like this where the whole Deshaun Watson situation, from the time he left Texas to where he is today, the guaranteed contract, the hate from the fans, the bad play that he has out there, the hate from the fans again, the booing, the injuries, I have never seen somebody's career be so bad in one place like Deshaun Watson's there in Cleveland, and you're going to continue it on by naming him the starting quarterback. I don't see how that's a win for anybody involved at this point in time.
Watson, yes! I also just want Cleveland to suffer.
Yeah.
This is their bed.
Yeah.
They made it. You
Yeah.
got to sleep in it, man. You're the ones that gave him the $266 million guaranteed. You're the one that let him have all this. Your fan base is letting you know how they feel about it. Also, if I'm Cleveland, I'm traveling to Jacksonville and Tampa, and I'm booing the hell out of Deshaun
That's
Watson.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Whatever it costs, just get down there and boo him.
You're in the same area, essentially. I mean, I know Jacksonville is a little bit higher up on the peninsula than Tampa Bay, obviously, but why not? You really don't like this guy? Go show it. Go let him know that you don't like this guy. It's an idea. Go take your brown bags, put them over your head.
Tampa Bay. What does that have to do with it?
That's their second game.
Oh,
they're starting Watson on the road in Jacksonville and
that's
Tampa
their
Bay, so he
second
doesn't have to
game.
get
Gotcha.
booed by
Okay.
his home crowd. But your home crowd could travel and boo them just for that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great idea. I didn't know they were playing their second game in Tampa. That's outstanding. Just go down to these games, buy up all the tickets, and boo the hell out of them.
Like, would you rather have Phillip Rivers or Deshaun Watson as your starting quarterback?
Oh, Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers.
No question. But that's actually a great promotional idea that a radio station should do out there in Cleveland.
Why wouldn't you?
Get everybody to go to Cleveland. Let's put together a quick trip to go to Jacksonville. I'm sure there's somebody out there you can get. You'd sell enough tickets for this thing and bring people down there just to boo Deshaun, or fly a banner over the Jacksonville Stadium that Deshaun Watson sucks. Like, that's what you could do as a Cleveland fan. I mean, seriously, like you're looking for ways. That's a way to do it. Hire an airplane down there.
Over under week 4, Shedeur Sanders starts. Because the minute they pull Deshaun from the game, there will be a standing ovation and roars when they take him off the field.
And I'll ask the next question, over under how many weeks until they start booing Shedeur Sanders?
Well, that happens
One game.
immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
exactly.
So that's a no-win situation.
I forgot who it was, maybe someone in Cleveland, and I think we maybe even talked about this. Give each guy four games. Sanders gets 4 games. Watson gets 4 games. Gabriel gets 4 games. At the end of 12 games, all right, we choose whoever did best in that 4-game segment. You get 5 games. You get the last 5 of the season.
Hey, I don't hate that either, though.
Like, because to your point, we've never had this sort of situation. This is extremely unique. But they've put the writing on the wall from the beginning, guys. I mean, Sanders, when he started, didn't even have the starting offensive line out there.
Right. Watson was
got the
always
whole
going to be
team.
the
Watson
guy.
was the guy from the very get-go. This was yesterday in the booing comments from Watson, which we can play if we want to update our listeners. That was never going to change anything.
Watson, yeah!
I mean, Orlovsky's on ESPN just destroying the situation, too. Like, there's nobody out there right now, other than the owner of the Browns, I'm sure, that likes this decision. I don't even think the coach is on board with this. How could you be?
Probably not.
How could you be?
No, it's an owner's decision.
That's right.
That's not good.
You've got your first job coaching in the NFL as a head football coach, and you can't even go in there and do what you want because you're saddlebagged with this guy.
Yeah. And the owner went down there and told Todd Monken that. He said, hey, I'm your boss. This is the decision we're making. I paid for this, and you're going to start him. And then Todd Monken is set up for failure.
That's exactly right, which is what they do in Cleveland all the time.
Wash, rinse, repeat, Cleveland Browns.
It's amazing how bad you can be at something like the Browns are at football. I mean, in a league that gives everybody an opportunity to find success, the Cleveland Browns have said, we're not interested. Find somebody else who wants success, because it ain't us.
And how much better that they get to play Baker Mayfield with this decision looming, who was in their backyard,
oh my God.
in their front yard, in their house.
Right there, you had a guy
selling progressive ads as a Cleveland Browns starting quarterback.
A guy that everybody loved, He took the team to the playoffs, almost won a game here in Kansas City.
Woke up feeling dangerous.
And then you decided to say, we're done here. We're going to move on and take on Deshaun. It wasn't like you moved on for Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen.
Time to do some mind thinking during this commercial break. Scale of 1 to 10. How worried are you about the right tackle situation in Kansas City? We will all dive into that as well as your responses here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Kansas City, it's Omar on the lot. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control do an unbelievable job. I mean, they do a great job on the yard, and my man Jake with Aspen does a great job making cookies. He dropped some off the other day, and they were fantastic. And I'm eating these cookies, and I'm like, man, these are some of the best ever. And then I realized if Jake from Aspen's baking cookies, they're going to be great because everything that Aspen does is phenomenal. Our yard looks awesome, and it's all because of Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They've taken it to the next level. They've gone out there and took a yard that had no business having any grass grow in it, and they turned it into the best looking yard on the block. And now we're able to enjoy that. You want to enjoy your yard. You want to have that time in your backyard, right? Put that mosquito dome over the top. Eliminate those mosquitoes. Eliminate the fleas. Eliminate the ticks, and make your backyard safe for you and your pets as well. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Dynasties aren't built overnight. They're built one smart move at a time. At Main Street Credit Union, our certified financial counselors turn your hopes for someday into a game plan that starts today. Schedule a financial counseling session with one of our certified financial advisors to draw up the right financial play for you. Main Street Credit Union. Real people, real progress. Join us at mainstreetcu.org.
Well, I'll tell you, it is getting to be that time of season. All the kiddos are back to school. Football's getting ready to start, and you're thinking about fall break. Maybe you're thinking about the holiday break as well. And with Park and Go, you've got to think about your parking when you're out of town. So when you're making those holiday travel arrangements, those fall break travel arrangements, make sure you're making your parking reservation as well at bookparkandgo.com. When you do that, you're going to reserve yourself all covered parking at KCI. Every spot is covered. And with the parking that they provide there, your car is always going to be safe at Park and Go. Then, when you get there on the day of your flight, after you've made your reservation and prepaid to save money, the van will meet you as soon as you pull into that spot. As soon as you're there, it's off to the airport you go. And when you get back after a long trip, the Park and Go van is right there. It is waiting for you. Just jump on it after you grab your bags, and it's off to the trunk of your car you go. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
That'll be $84.52.
Perfect. Grab the bags, honey.
Mom, why do you always check your phone before we pay?
I'm just claiming my cash back on the Upside app. Since we're getting the groceries here and we filled up the car on the way, I've already earned enough this morning to pay for that pizza night we're having Friday.
Wait, so the app pays for pizza?
Not exactly, but the cash I earn on stuff we need helps us pay for the stuff we want. It's just a little win for our family every week.
Get more out of your everyday. Upside is the free app that gets you cash back on routine purchases like gas, groceries, and dining out at more than 100,000 locations nationwide. No points, no rebates, just cash back straight to your wallet. Download the free Upside app and use promo code WINNER to get a $5 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code WINNER to get a $5 bonus. Remember, use promo code WINNER.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history-telling podcast, chronicling the epic story of America, decade by decade, from the 18th century to the 20th. Original music and immersive sound design accompany us on our storytelling journey. Listen to and follow History That Doesn't Suck, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast.
Today, the temperature will reach 84 with slight showers, becoming partly sunny later.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Moving right along here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City sports. Your home for Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey, and Dusty Likens here with you on
a wonderful Monday morning. So funny. Somebody goes, what'd they say? Why would anyone trade a wide receiver for a third-string quarterback? I said, I don't know. It's just a conversation. Huh. Well, you're right. If I can see quarterback help, let's talk Justin Jefferson. Get bent.
Here's one from Sam Block, and this is kind of sums it up. Shador brought energy to Cleveland. He's loved by his teammates. Has major upside. Pro Bowl quarterback. We'll let that slide. Second-year quarterback, fan favorite, 24 years old, and the Browns benched him. They literally benched the guy that everybody wanted in favor of Deshaun Watson. This is one of those where they believe that they're the smartest man in the room, and when somebody tells you they're the smartest man in the room, you know what? They're not.
I don't know about the major upside part of that, but I mean, I get where he's coming from. Right. Yeah, I do not think Shador Sanders is good.
I'm with you, but again, we don't know, so there is that potential for upside.
No, exactly.
Making some plays that you get excited about,
How much better is he than Deshaun Watson is the real question.
Well, that's
not
the thing.
much.
Yeah.
Honestly, not much. You're talking about two of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Let's say they're both starters. They're bottom two, and let's say J.J. McCarthy. Those are bottom three.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Those are your bottom three guys.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's not like we're splitting hairs over like Shador is so much better.
No.
But for your franchise, man, you're trying to start over every year in Cleveland, and you're trying to refresh that franchise. And your fans who have paid this good money have told you they don't want this guy part of their team. So just move on from him.
And to your point, he's 24. Like, there is more
Shador,
for Shador, there is more at least potential.
There's the unknown.
Right? Hope, things like that.
Which we love in sports. It's why we love minor league baseball, right?
Yeah,
or the G League or college sports. We always love projecting what these guys are going to be, or maybe projecting NFL scrubs how they're going to be in college next year. Either way, right? Like, the sports is a projection game. And when you look at Deshaun Watson, we all pretty much believe we know what he is. We don't need to see anymore. Shador, there's still a lot of curiosity there. Year 2, new system, full off season, humbled a little bit. Who knows, right? There's a lot of questions that could be answered with Shador. Deshaun, nobody wants that.
This is Florio in a situation.
Oh, good.
This was my original conclusion after seeing it.
Yeah.
Number one, he can't play for them again. And number two, they're surely sufficiently non-dysfunctional to know that. This is an entertainment business that relies upon individuals choosing to give up their time, their money, and their emotion. And there's a point where you are just giving your fans a double-barreled, flaming middle finger. You can't do it. You cannot have him on the field again. He doesn't want to be there. It's not good for his mental health. It's not good for your business. The interests align for different reasons.
Yeah.
He cannot play for the Browns again. They need him to get through this year on the team. If they cut him or trade him next year, 4 years of proration that they've carefully layered, boom, all goes into 1 year. And it's like $90 million. So they need to keep him on the team. They just need to do with him what the Texans did with him 5 years ago. Pay him and not play him.
I've seen that a couple of times from people, right?
Double barrel flaming middle fingers. That's what it'll be. You'll see it in the ground. You know they ain't gonna shy away from that.
Can we just pot up Cleveland radio right now and just see what's going on? Like, let's do a live look-in, Mac, at a Cleveland sports radio station right now and see what's going on. I think it would be hysterical just to hear and get a little taste of what's going on in Cleveland this morning, because I can't imagine that a lot of people are sitting around that city celebrating. This is one of the worst moves that is going to have shockwaves, and everybody in this league is going to be talking. This is the number one story in sports right now, folks.
Oh, without a doubt.
Right? I mean, it's not even close.
No, because there's nothing else going on that is anywhere near this sort of level of entertainment.
That's it, entertainment, yep.
Right. We did bring up the question on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you with right tackle? I do see that there is a text in here that says 2. I'm less worried about right tackle than I am right guard. I don't know, Trey goes the whole year. His back's more concerning than the platoon of right tackles.
And I think right now I'm not going to have a concernometer level on the offensive line until I see these other guys get back and healthy at the right tackle spot. Because if you were to tell me right now that, we've got major question marks, and again, hypothetically, nobody's saying this, but there's major questions with the left tackle and the right guard, I'm more concerned about that than I am the right tackle position at this point in time. So I still need to see these 5 guys play together because, correct me if I'm wrong, have we seen all 5 play together yet?
No. No, we have not.
Yeah.
No, and that's very important. That's a very important point. So I agree with that. My concern is at an even 5. It's starting to brew. It's starting to boil up maybe a little bit the more I watch those 2 guys play at the right tackle position. We just talked about Jalen Moore all offseason. We talked about this offensive line, the amount of confidence that I've had in this offensive line. It's one of the biggest reasons I'm going to choose them to win 11 games is because I think the front 5 is really, really good, borderline elite. And if that right tackle spot is really, really bad.
Pause real quick. They're paying all these guys the elite, right?
Yeah.
They're being paid.
2 of them they're paying elite, yeah.
As 2 of them, one's a first-round draft pick, right? So there's 3. And your right tackle, you get $10 million.
So you're top 10 highest paid right tackle in the league.
So you got to get more out of the offensive line, to your point. You're paying these guys, and by paying them these big amounts, we as fans then believe, Mac, it's like, all right, you're paying these guys, they must be good. So now our expectation has drastically risen for these guys, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, my expectations, the standard has risen, and so when I see the right side not looking up to par right now, I'm kind of going, oh, that's not good. And then, to the texter's point, you add the Trey Smith injury in there, which I'm going to, remain cautiously optimistic on.
3 weeks from tonight, we got a game.
Exactly. So he's got 3 more weeks. He has not been playing or practicing. He doesn't really need to right now. He's an All-Pro, one of the best in the game. So he will be back. But if that right side is just going to be, kind of an open door, then I don't love that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm at 5. Antennas are up.
Yeah.
What do you need to see? Like, obviously, you talk about the unity of, like, everybody being back together and, the regular season starting. Monday Night Football and the offensive line you saw on Saturday is the same offensive line you see on Monday night.
That I saw on set, the same guys?
Yes.
Oh, we're screwed. Yeah, if it's the same guys that we saw on, we're screwed. Mahomes is screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, yeah.
That knee is screwed. That's not good.
No, if they play like that against the Denver Broncos,
done.
I'm going to be sucking my thumb in the fetal position.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's interesting because
it's true.
Right? I mean,
no, you're right. I'll be there right there with you.
Were we not all kind of like in the same boat when the draft was going on and they were talking about maybe getting a right tackle? And we're like, they're not going to get a right tackle. They're fine. It's smoke.
Yes.
And now here we are, August 24th, and it's like, what are we talking about? The concern at right tackle.
Yeah, concern at right tackle. Esepole didn't look good either.
No.
That's 3 guys that we all were like, Khalil Benson.
At least one of those guys will be good.
Yeah, one of those guys. Jalen Moore, he's average, right? He hasn't looked like that yet. So I'm with you. Now, to your point, Saturday night, same thing. Well, at least Josh Simmons will be on the field, hopefully, on that Monday night opener. That'll change things. Hopefully, Trace. But even still, if to your point, that we have not seen the front 5 in the preseason look good yet.
Right. You're absolutely right about that. There's no denying that at all.
Somebody says if this is the same offensive line that's out there last Saturday, then you play Justin Fields Monday night.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go get him, kid.
Not against that. All right, fine. Trash week 1, whatever.
But one thing that we did see that was kind of crazy, at least in my opinion, was, Harrison Butker still got it.
How about a 69-yard field goal try with 3 seconds to go in the second quarter? Trying to beat that kid from Jacksonville. The kick is up, and the kick is going to be a lot of distance. He got it! A 69-yard field goal by Harrison Butker!
Insane. Now, Sorsby, the kid from Jacksonville, hit a 70-yarder last year, I believe. You're one of, I think we did 3 concerns going into the season. One of them was, if not the number 1, was the concern with number 7.
Absolutely.
Tabled that one?
Done.
Okay.
I'm good. He looks strong again, right? You don't continue to nurse injuries nailing a 69-yard field goal, which probably could have been 74 or 5, right? I mean, there was plenty of distance on that. He's banging them in from 50-plus yards in the last 2 preseason games. Yes, I know he missed one, and he missed the extra point after a penalty. But
he missed one and missed an extra point.
Yeah, and then he did. Then he had that the 69-yard. That's the adrenaline going there. I'm not concerned about the 2 misses. I was concerned about the strength. He's not collapsing to his knee anymore, and he's back. I mean, this makes a big difference. Next to Patrick Mahomes, guys, this was the most important guy to get back healthy this year because he is such a weapon, and you were so bad in 1-score games last year.
Hello, America.
So if you can rely on this kicker and believe in this kicker and have faith again in this kicker, changes a lot of what you want to do. Changes play calling.
I know it's preseason, but is there a moment now seeing that one kick from that distance with a little bit of extra leg that could have gone on it? Do you think Andy tries that in the regular season?
In a situation like that,
Into
the half,
yeah.
Clock expiring.
Yeah, because I think if you do it with like any sort of time on and he misses it, then you're setting the team up. They just need to make one play, get a couple of yards, and then put their kicker out there to try to, bang it through from 60-plus yards. So I'm with Mac. Less than 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1 probably on the clock, maybe even 4. I would do it in a situation like that. But I'm not doing it with 7:32 to go in the first quarter or something like that.
I'll ask you guys a question. On the broad scale, across the league, not just Chiefs, is this good for football? 60-plus yarders, a 69-yard field goal. Is this good for football?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Well, Bob asked a question, what's the next position of Renaissance?
I mean, yeah.
And we're seeing Sorsby. We're seeing the kid from Dallas.
Why am I drawing? He starts with an A.
Brandon Aubrey.
Yes, thank you.
You're seeing those guys.
Cam Little, yep.
You know what it takes me down the path of, hey, NFL, hey, guys, you continue to change these rules of the sport. If it's further than 55, it's 4 points.
Yeah, you got to make it more points. I don't know if it's good for the NFL or not. I don't know how to answer that question because I'm doing a lot of thinking about it.
I think it's great for the NFL.
Okay.
When I was a kid, a 48-yard field goal was like, oh, my God. If somebody happened to kick a 50-yarder, I mean.
What was the game winner the Giants hit against the Redskins? Was that like a 35-yarder?
Which game?
The one they won the Super Bowl. Or I guess they wouldn't have played the Redskins in the Super Bowl. Was it the Giants? They
beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game on 5 field goals that day by Matt Barr, and I think his last one was like 40-some yards.
Yeah, and that was a fingers crossed. Like, can he make it? Now it's like 43 yards. Like,
right.
All right, we got this. Like, you think about the 13-second game.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual distance, but I know it was 40-plus. And Butker just ice in his veins hit that.
Right.
Rewind
think about where
clocks
he hit that from. 13-second game. You could have had an 8-second game, give one play, and he's down there. So, I don't know how to answer that question, Mac. Tell me more about your question to see if I can get if it's like, what are you thinking to ask that question?
You think it dissipates the quarterback play?
Yeah, I think it just dissipates the exciting part of football that we like because I don't think people watch football to watch a guy kick field goals. Mm-hmm. And if we're now, being more conservative on play calling, which will happen if you've got a guy like Cam Little and he's going to kick a 64-yard field goal, you're going to be more conservative on 3rd and 4 because you're like, yeah, we can get these 3 points.
But I will say this. Through the test of time, field goals don't win NFL games. Touchdowns do. That's something that we've always said. Never settle for 3. When you want 7, don't settle for 3. And so if coaches start settling for 3 and being less aggressive, they could be potentially hurting their own team. I think it's good for an end of the game type thing, but you're right. I don't want to see them just waving the white flag at midfield and saying, the hell with it. Give me a couple more yards and let me see if Butker can, I'm with you on that. I don't think that will happen because you're still relying on a kicker, and nobody wants to do that.
Also, defenses too. Defenses now. It's like, damn. So they start the ball at the 30. So if we give up 20 yards, we give up 2 first downs. We give up 3 points.
That's the concern that I had more than anything. Not the offensive side, but the defensive side. You're a defensive player on this field, and you're right, Mac. You give the guy 2 plays, and they're at midfield. That's a field goal distance now.
Points.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is that we've seen like a little bit of foreshadowing with the advancements of kicking talent because the kickoff changed because they were just booming it out of the end zone.
Yeah.
And the NFL didn't like that because they were just starting every drive from the 25-yard line. And then you also saw that the extra point got moved back. It stopped being from the 2-yard line, and now it was moved back to like the 15-yard line. So there's more to come with this advancement in the talent when it comes to the kickers. So like, what's it going to take? One more year of Aubrey and Butker and these guys piping it from 60 yards to be like, all right, 60 yarders are now worth 4 points.
Or you make field goals worth less. So you take that temptation away. Instead of making it worth 4, maybe you make it worth 3, and anything less is only worth 2 or something like that. So maybe you have that temptation that's taken away of just settling and trying for something like that, as opposed to, continuing this offense. But like, where are you supposed to move the goalposts? I was watching highlights yesterday. I actually retweeted. I go, imagine if the goalposts were still here. And I always perceived it from the front of the end zone. I always perceived it from a kicking standpoint. I was watching a play where the quarterback for the Redskins is trying to throw over the goalposts. I'm like, oh my God, I never thought of it from that direction, where you're making plays from the end zone and the goalposts. So they've already moved the goalpost back. You can't do that anymore. Do you put the goalpost in the corner of a field, maybe, like in the left corner of the end zone? And then that's the way you make it harder for, I don't know. Again, we're thinking outside the box on this one.
I know the rule that's going to get changed. They're going to narrow the post.
Narrow the post could happen.
Yep.
Could put the balls back to normal, too, because that's what's done this. They juice the balls.
And I did see a tweet about that yesterday. Somebody said these kickers are able to massage their balls all they want, and Tom Brady got a whole federal case about it.
It's true.
Seriously.
Yes. It's crazy to think about.
Because what does that also do? Like, we're having this conversation of just piling more and more ideas on top. Where does that go for kickers in the draft?
Yeah, another good question.
If 60 yards are worth 4 points, and, instead of a game on the line for a tie to go to overtime, now you've got a 60-yarder that you could win the game by a 4-pointer instead of just tying the game and extending it to overtime with 3. Well, now you're going to look in the draft and be like, hey, kickers are starting to go in the 4th round. I know that sounds absurd to say, but when they're that big of a weapon, it's like, and I always go back to baseball because you saw what the Royals did with their bullpen. Since then, at least in my opinion, you saw more and more teams just getting to 6 innings with their starter. The pitch count became something. Right. Can you get to the bullpen? Can you go? We saw when Wade Davis lit the world on fire and Herrera and Holland and all those guys. And then it was like, closers are getting what kind of money? Right. And you're like, yeah, they're getting more money than some third-string start. Not third-string, but like third man in the rotation money. Guys are getting paid because and you look at the trade deadline in baseball. I know Tarek Skubal got traded. But look at all the names that were out there, like Mason Miller was a name. All these names that were like bullpen arms.
You got to be able to finish games.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what does a kicker do?
Finishes the game for
100%.
Yeah.
And I think that could just really spin the world on the NFL world on its axis. And the Raiders, unfortunately, are 20 years too late. Or too early, I guess, when they took Janikowski, 11th overall in the draft. I'm not saying that would ever happen again. But, you do have to think about the semantics that go into if you change the rules just by, this minute of a rule, where you'd start to see kickers go in the draft.
The more we talk about it, I kind of like reducing the points for field goals. Because to Mac's points, he's afraid it's going to take away from offense. To Dusty's point, he likes to see if you kick it further out, you get more points. Let's combine both of them and reduce the field goal point to continue to keep offense in there. But if you kick a far one, then you get 3.
You get 3. Yeah.
You get 3.
It's like
and that way you've got the best of both worlds, I think, in a situation like that. Because the last thing you want to do is truly just rely on kickers to kick field goals. Nobody's paying money to see that. And nobody wants to see that. End of a game, end of a half, game winner, something like that, cool. But in the middle of the game and you're lining up for a 60-yarder instead of just going for, or in any case, punt and pin your team back and make them go the length of the field at that point in time.
Again, the news of the day, the Cleveland Browns have announced Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback for them, at least in the first 2 games, because both of their games are on the road, and they don't have to worry about the backlash from the fan base.
Watson, yes!
Bill Barnwell, familiar with him, right? ESPN's own. Deshaun Watson going 5 of 12 for 36 yards with a pick against the Bills' backups and then criticizing the fans for booing him was apparently enough of a late push to win him the Browns quarterback job. I was going to tweet this, but I feel like it's already been done.
Oh, that's good.
There is not a lot in this world on this social media platform that unites everybody on the same page. This did. This has got everybody from Bill Barnwell to Ari Meroff to Florio to us going, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And then everybody goes, well, it's Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly. But when people are POSs, man, like the internet unites and goes after those people. Here's the Dan Orlovsky comment to me that was said an hour ago. Mind you, this was before the decision was made. I don't think they can have Deshaun Watson on the team after that interaction. I agree with Dan Orlovsky. And now he's not just on the team, but he's the starting quarterback. That dynamic is going to be just amazing to watch.
Are they having him start so he sucks, and then they can just immediately bench him, cut him,
and then when you have your home opener week 3, Deshaun Watson is benched, and it's time.
It's time.
This comes from Albert Breer. The decision for the Browns came down to the full body of work. Deshaun Watson was better and more consistent over the time of before a tough day. Saturday, and practiced well against the Bills on Thursday. The other thing that I've said all along...
Practiced well.
It's where we're at. The other thing that I've said all along, it's easier to go from Watson to Sanders than the other way around. If it doesn't work, Cleveland can pivot. Also, Sanders took the news in stride this morning, was smiling as it was emphasized to him that he play the long game here, said that he got it.
Good for him.
Okay, that's good to know.
Good pro.
Taking
good
the Carl
pro
Ravitch
move.
approach.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Hey, you're
right.
currently fired, but if you just do this right, you'll get a job.
Right.
That is a good point. You can't go from Sanders to
Correct.
You got to do it this
that's
way.
a good point.
This is the way they have to do it.
It's kind of like the Lincoln Riley move in Oklahoma years ago when Spencer Rattler was their starter.
Oh, yeah.
They were getting absolutely blown out in the Red River Shootout. Inserts Caleb Williams. After that, Spencer Rattler cannot be your quarterback moving forward. You just cannot. You can't do that. Like,
it's over.
It's over for Deshaun in 2 weeks. So we now have to wait and root for him to be terrible. So money on Jacksonville week 1, who we think could be a playoff team.
Yep.
Tampa Bay, questions, but we all agree they're much better than Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
If Cleveland goes 0-2 and Deshaun's stat line is 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, 275 yards, it is over.
BBL stinky.
It's done. It's buried and gone. You lose. Good day, sir.
I feel like I'm surprised by this announcement, right? Like, you can't be that dumb. And then you come back to the fact that it is the Cleveland Browns. And that's what a lot of the commentary on social media is today. And that's why I think it is important, because you've got fans, you're paying customers that are tired of you being the Cleveland Browns. They're ready for something different. They're ready for competency in that organization. But it stinks from the top down. Their owner is terrible.
Haslam, right?
Yeah, he's your Tennessee guy, right?
No, he's just the worst.
Freezing Cold Takes reposts a tweet from Brad Stainbrook. I don't know who that is, but it says, what we call the LeBron effect is now the Deshaun effect in Cleveland. Quarterback Deshaun Watson is good enough where potential free agents may consider taking less to play with him. Yes, in Cleveland, #Browns. We'll wrap this show up with our brioches of the weekend on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Kyra Stoner, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer's rolling along, and that means the heat's going to stay there, which means you need to cool down with a Surfside. You know what I'm talking about. You go out to the K, you're watching the game, 0 bubbles, 0 troubles in your hand with a Surfside. Grab a delicious Surfside today. It's only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles. That means there's 0 troubles. So it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game or hanging at the tailgate. Also, ask for Surfsides at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Something big is coming on September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive offers, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun. All roads lead to game day. Sign up with DraftKings today with code 965 and get ready to celebrate the biggest day of the season. DraftKings Game Day has deals dropping all day long. One app, every sport. Mark the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new era and the biggest day in sports history. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 965, spend $5 to get $200 in bonus bets within 21 days. That's code 965. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 in non-withdrawable bonus bets issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
Hey, it's Bob Fescoe. Are high-interest credit cards and rising bills stressing your budget? You pay every month, but high interest makes getting ahead feel impossible. Your home's equity can help. A refinance with Golden Oak Lending consolidates debt into one manageable monthly payment, giving your budget room to breathe. Get a free mortgage checkup today. Call 913-890-GOLD or visit GoldenOakLending.com. That's 913-890-GOLD. It's Golden Oak Lending, MLS 114937.
That'll be 8452.
Perfect. Grab the bags, honey.
Mom, why do you always check your phone before we pay?
I'm just claiming my cash back on the Upside app. Since we're getting the groceries here and we filled up the car on the way, I've already earned enough this morning to pay for that pizza night we're having Friday.
Wait, so the app pays for pizza?
Not exactly, but the cash I earn on stuff we need helps us pay for the stuff we want. It's just a little win for our family every week.
Get more out of your everyday. Upside is the free app that gets you cash back on routine purchases like gas, groceries, and dining out at more than 100,000 locations nationwide. No points, no rebates, just cash back straight to your wallet. Download the free Upside app and use promo code WINNER to get a $5 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code WINNER to get a $5 bonus. Remember, use promo code WINNER.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
At Allstate, we know second chances are important to you, so they're important to us. That's why with Allstate's accident forgiveness, your rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it was your fault. So while you might find yourself wondering, how long will this take or what will this cost? You won't have to question your rate after an accident. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Optional policy feature terms apply. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
A dark night, a quiet suburb. But for one family, danger lurks just downstairs.
Oh, no. That's just my husband getting a midnight snack.
Guilty. But
We have Xfinity Shield. It has a built-in Wi-Fi feature that detects movement without cameras.
well, what they didn't know is that an even bigger threat lurks online. A hacker.
Actually, Xfinity Cybersecure protects our connected devices, too.
Okay, fine. But what they didn't see coming
is that these features are included with our Wi-Fi. We did. Kind of the whole point.
Well, this one's not getting a sequel.
What if protecting your home and devices could be drama-free? Introducing Xfinity Shield with Wi-Fi features designed to give you peace of mind. Visit xfinity.com/shield to learn more. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Xfinity Internet and compatible equipment required.
Brioche of the weekend.
Big brioche guy.
Love that. Yeah, good take.
Back at it, wrapping up a Monday show here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey as well. Don't forget, coming up next in studio, as camp is now over, Cody, Gold, and Drew from 10 until 2. And the birthday guy, Carrington Harrison, back. 38 years old is Mr. Carrington Harrison.
Let's go, right behind you.
Yep, and then Mac's birthday's tomorrow, so...
Wait, 29 tomorrow?
28.
28.
28. Feliz cumpleaños mañana.
I remember my 28th birthday, I think.
No, you don't. Not a chance you even know where you were at.
No, I was here.
Okay.
28 would have put me 2005-ish, so the year before I met my wife.
Nice. That's
Wow.
my junior year of
There
high
we
school.
go.
Yeah.
Brioche
I was drunk most of that year.
That's good. Now you're THing to see your way out of it. Bob, what's your brioche?
Well, let me go last. Mine's very sad, so
Okay.
you guys go ahead and let me finish.
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, dude, it was a great weekend. Joint birthday party with me and Siobhan. So we had friends over Saturday night, just chilled, watched a little bit of the preseason game, then went outside, played games, drank, hung out, music. It was very fun. Best friends and just hanging out, talking. It was awesome.
And got blessed with some good weather.
Yeah, the weather was really nice that night. Like, it wasn't too hot.
What night was this?
Saturday night.
Oh, because Friday. Did you guys have that microburst at your house?
No.
You did not. No, I know you did.
I don't think I was. Yeah, Friday night I was actually out in Strawberry Hill, another brioche with my brother and my wife.
Yeah,
that's
a great spot. Great bars up there.
Great area,
We did a Strawberry Hill pub crawl years ago. We have to resurrect that. Me and Nivens and our old boss, Hanson
Dude,
and
it's a
Binkley.
great area.
It is. It was great. It's awesome.
You walk everywhere.
Yeah, you walk everywhere. It's fantastic.
So nice.
So Friday about 5:30, that microburst came through. So you didn't get it at your house.
I wasn't home, but maybe I did. I mean,
Yeah,
it was.
well, we weren't home either. We were at the Sand Trap, and there was no rain, no nothing down there. And at our house, so 133rd of Homes, 119th and Quivira. 119th and Quivira was like a war zone. Tree limbs down. One of our sales gals, Meg, she lives around the corner from me. Her whole fence was taken down. Trees are down.
God, no, we didn't get that.
Destruction everywhere. Out south, not a damn thing.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
That is insane.
Weather over the weekend.
Yeah, but that was my brioche. It was a fun
Nice.
party. Luau theme.
Ooh.
For her Hawaii trip. Yeah.
So everybody
Luau,
got laid.
luau.
Yeah, we had lays for everybody. It was great. Everyone got laid.
Nice.
Great.
Dusty?
Did Asher behave?
As much as he can, right?
That's fair. So for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He was named the starter of the party for the first 20 minutes, and then they moved on from him to Mac. Brioche of the Weekend goes out to the Advent Health Championship at Blue Hills Country Club. It was awesome.
Nice.
It was a bucket list for sure. Got to talk to Rick. He's a great guy.
Rick Amos
Talk to
is the
him.
best, yeah.
Want to do some more things with him and talk to my buddy Wags, who was in studio. We get there. My buddy Brian Oxley is part of this as well. He was a volunteer on the 14th green, which is a par 3. Got to go sit like in the members club area, see it from that point of view, see them tee off and be so effortless and just be mesmerized by how talented these guys are on the Corn Ferry Tour.
It's unbelievable. We were having a conversation yesterday about that tour, and like you can tell the difference between big league ball players and minor league ball players. You can't tell the difference between the guys on the PGA Tour and the guys on the Corn Ferry Tour. They're exceptional, dude.
It was great. The weather was perfect yesterday. The shuttle system was great. Parked at the church right down the street on State Line. Got into a shuttle. Got right to the course. It was definitely my first time because you walked in right on the first fairway, and I like peeked my head out, and there's a guy on the side. He's like, might want to back up a little bit. They're teeing off on the first hole, so I could have taken one in the eye socket. So welcome to
Is that the first time you've ever watched a golf tournament? Ever. Okay.
Ever.
Cool.
I've never been to a PGA Tour event. Yeah. Obviously, that was one. The Golf Channel was out there all weekend, broadcasting live on the Golf Network or the Golf Channel. Really good to see that. Really good to meet up with Wags. We want to do more. We want to expand this. He said with his time on the radio, a lot of people reached out and said, you're right. Like hearing, like you say, how do we get more, how do we get more into this? And we just got to keep talking about it. And, the play was great. One of the guys, Austin Hitt, That's
his name?
Yeah, he tied the course record, shot a 60 on Sunday.
What?
Yeah, shot a 60 on a Sunday. Another guy had previously tied the course record, and then another guy tied it on Thursday. So two people tied. They ate this course alive. I mean, just destroyed it.
So it's not tough enough.
It wasn't that day, or it wasn't this weekend. But, I mean, the winner was at minus 28, and it was crazy, man. So, like, we're at the grandstands on 18. Got to meet some local fans that were fans of the show. We met a Browns fan who's having a rough day, I'm sure, today. I think it's Jed, I think is his name. He was a great guy, him and his wife. He tells me a story. He's like, yeah, my wife broke her ankle, so then she had to be introduced to you guys for 8 weeks. I drove her to work. She goes, great show, entertaining. I said, what time are you normally in your car? She's like, 7:30 to like 8. I'm like, oh, so you're getting one word. You're getting all the, the fun topics at 7:45. Really cool to see that. And then as if, the Lord works in mysterious ways, I wanted a chance to meet Tom Watson because I know he was like the ambassador of the tournament. So final shot of the tournament, the guy that's tied with the lead on 18, par 5, massive par 5 hole. Just to get to the fairway, he had to clear 220 in the air. He shoots it and puts it within like 3 inches. And I'm like, okay, this is over. He'll make this birdie putt. He's won the tournament. And as we're walking towards the shuttle area, because I'm going to get out there before the crowd disperses, and I want to get on the shuttle quick and get out. I knew he was going to make the putt. Lo and behold, here comes Tom. And I'm like, this is it. And I'm not normally a selfie guy. Really, I'm not. And I'm like, I got to take a picture. And I see Tom, and he's, walking to the green because he's got to go congratulate the winner. And I'm like, Tom. I'm like, hey, man, you were on our show. We talked to you about, Jack Nicklaus and how I broke my 7-iron. Didn't believe me. He starts to smile as if he recognized it. I was like, do you mind if we take a picture real quick? He goes, not at all. Took a picture, shook his hand, said, thanks for being a KC legend. He went on his way. I'm smiling ear to ear. Best day ever. I'm sitting you'd have thought I just met Santa Claus at the mall.
Yeah.
I'm in the shuttle bus driving back, and I'm giddy and all that. So it was a great turnout. It was great weather. Wags, Rick, Oxley, everybody that made it a time for me. Jack Stack Barbecue had catering tents all over the place. I had like tacos, barbecue style. Jack Stack put on a great thing there. That was kind of full circle for me. I didn't know they were going to be out there. So just all in all, a great tournament. I'll go to plenty more. I'll travel for this. We were talking about it Friday. If you go, it's right up your alley, Bob. I literally got there. I walked the entire course. The first minute I got there, just went to every hole, walked around. You can walk. You can go anywhere you want. You can leave and go as anytime you want. You don't necessarily have to stay. You can go find a hole to watch. You can follow a guy. I think you'd love it. I think you should give it a chance.
No, I will. Yeah, I'll go out there with you sometime.
You can wear the outfits you wear today. There was a couple guys that were going up to the bathroom and slipping on the stairs. They were wearing golf shoes.
Wait, hang on a second.
We have not enough time. We don't have enough time.
Do you wear cleats to a football game?
No, you don't. But they were wearing.
Why are you wearing golf shoes to a golf tournament when you're not playing?
One guy didn't like my comment. Said, "Oh, the only thing you left at home was the bag." I'm like, well, you're wearing FootJoy golf shoes.
That's a little douchey.
Whatever.
But
yeah. But that was my brioche. So cheers to everybody at Advent Health. The tournament was great. Blue Hills Country Club. Honorary member, if you want to give me one, I'd appreciate it. But Bob,
yeah,
the weekend.
Mine's sad. So if everybody wants to take a moment to kind of shed a tear and pour one out, I think now is the right time to do so. I lost 2 people close to me over the weekend, and 2 people in their 80s, and so they live, wonderful lives and did all good things. But it's like you never want to see somebody go, no matter how old they are, and it always brings back the memories. And I was thinking about it over the weekend because on Friday I got word that my friend Harlan Schlicker had passed away, and people are like, who the hell is that? Well, it's a guy who was the reason I'm here right now today, and my life is where it is because of Harlan Schlicker. When I was a sophomore, maybe junior in high school, his daughter was swimming with my sister, and we used to traverse the East Coast up and down and watch these kids swim. And there were times where your kid swims for 20 seconds, and then you spend the rest of the weekend at the hotel bar with the parents, right? And so Harlan was in there drinking sake bombs and looked at me one time and said, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, well, I'd like to be a sports broadcaster. I'd like to be John Madden. And this was a guy who had crushed it on Wall Street, was retired at like 36 years old before he got to be 40. He's like, well, I grew up in Kansas, and I went to school with Bob Davis. He's the voice of the Jayhawks. You need to go to Lawrence, Kansas. Okay, so I went to Lawrence, Kansas, and here I sit, 30-some years later, thinking about how I ended up out here. And if it wasn't for that, my wife, my kids, everything in my life is not here right now. And so when Harlan passed away, it caused me to kind of reflect a little bit about everything that I've been so grateful for in my entire life. And I realized that all of that is here because he said, go to Kansas. And I went, I don't even know where the hell Kansas is. But I went, and it was the best decision that I've ever made because my whole life took off from there. One of the first people I met at the University of Kansas were my fraternity brothers, the Kiters, and their parents. Mrs. Kiter passed away on Saturday morning at 2:30 at Hospice House at 120th and Holmes-ish, 120th and Warnell, I think is where it is. And they were raving about the Hospice House and how wonderful they are. So if you're looking for donations, please give to the Hospice House because they do amazing things. And she was one of the first moms that adopted me as her son and took me in and cared for me and loved me up. And the first people I ever tailgated with, because they were the only ones at KU football games tailgating, and they would always have us over. Every Christmas Eve that I've been in town, I've spent with the Kiters and Mrs. Kiter. My kids have grown up going there. They got the news yesterday she had passed away. All the kids that she taught and her husband Bill taught at Shawnee Mission West and then Trail Ridge Middle School, so many lives have been touched by the Kiter family via teaching and just being wonderful, wonderful people and people that, always took people in. From the time they got married to the time she passed away, that Christmas Eve was open to anybody who didn't have a place to go. And so I lost 2 of the most influential people to me over the weekend. And I know we're all sad when we lose people, but it got me to reflect on a lot of good things that have happened in my life. So Harlan, Mrs. Kiter, love you both. Rest in peace. I know you guys are up there bitching about Bill Self right now together, and I love every minute of it.
And in the great words of John Michael Montgomery, life's a dance. You learn as you go. That is today's show on a Monday. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, but don't forget, go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay groovy, and stay here on 96.5 The Fan. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. We will talk to you on a Tuesday.